Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. Hey! Sploosh.
Because why not?
Hitting the sploosh button. We've got so many fun things. Press them whenever you want.
Okay.
Look, there's our names, Jeremy.
Oh, no, my name got wet and yours didn't.
No, mine was higher up, above the waterline.
Safe.
Yes, that's it.
From the splooshing.
Yes.
But
what an
there's a
omen
wine
of maybe
glass.
of what's to come, Jeremy.
Perhaps.
Closer to the sea than I. Yeah.
Yeah. You have a wine glass on yours, though, so you are still liquid adjacent.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome in, everybody. It's been a couple of weeks, but here we are. I'm Alex. This is Jez, as you know. And if you don't know, well, now you know. So now everybody knows. And welcome to this, the 129th episode of Don't Get Me Started.
Oof, 129.
That seems like a long amount of time, a big number.
It is.
129.
Yeah, I mean, I do sometimes sit back and be like, yeah, we haven't been doing this for that long. And then I go and like edit an old episode to rerun or something, and we're talking about stuff that just literally happened years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy fuck.
There's us with our long hair, you know, like the haircuts they had back in the day when we started, you know.
Yeah, mine was very, very long. Because they're meant to be a chat visible. There is. That's
back in the day.
Still off from not covering over Ben last week. There you go.
The Berlin Wall was still up. Various other things. Cold War was happening. Reagan was in power. So many things were happening when we started this podcast. But that's old news now, Jeremy.
I mean, citation needed, but don't look it up.
Everything's very different now. The world is very different from back then when we started this, you know. There's no war, no poverty like it was. Very different,
Absolutely.
Jeremy.
No.
Much has changed since
Nobody's
then.
scrabbling around anymore.
Yeah. No food banks, no situations like that. Everything is a glorious utopia here in the future.
No, they're it's digital food banks now.
Yeah, we don't have analog things. But welcome in each and every one of you, not Harmstone, that's come in here tonight to catch up with us and our ranty ways and your ranty ways. Because, like, we feed off each other. Do you feel that? Like, the rant is like a big tennis match.
It's like a reciprocal type thing. Yeah.
You rant at us, we'll bat the rant back, and then you fire the rant back at us, and we just keep that rant rally going as long as we fucking can.
Rant rally, I like it.
Yeah.
And at some point, one of us will lob a rant volley.
Oh yeah.
Right at you,
and then you'll have to like scramble back to the back of the court. Will you get there? Who knows?
Neat backhand of that rant volley, maybe.
Maybe Dr. Fruitbat will hit it between his legs like that, and the crowd will be like, "Ooh!" Like, and it's just like always a crowd pleaser.
Dr. Fruit racket, surely.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
You can't use a bat in tennis.
No,
even if you're ranting.
Can you imagine if you brought out a bat like to really fuck with your opponent? You just go into change. Oh, my string's gone. So you go off to go and get another racket, and you bring out like a cricket bat and just go, "Come on, then." There's nothing in the rule says I can't use it. And if you can kind of return with that, your opponent must be like, "Oh,
yeah,
shit."
I'm not sure how effective you could be with a cricket bat in tennis. I think the tennis racket is probably a tennis racket for a reason.
Yeah,
like it's been designed for the point.
But imagine if you could be successful with the tool that isn't for the job. You'd rattle you get in the mind of the guys like, "Oh shit, he can do it with anything."
Yeah.
Do it with the hockey stick. You can do it with anything. You know?
A ping pong paddle.
Yeah. Just like, that would be amazing. Just come and get a succession of ridiculous sporting equipment.
Do you remember when you were a kid, those giant not racquetball, kind of like squash rackets?
Oh, yeah.
They were for the giant shuttlecocks.
Yes.
Did you ever have those?
Yeah.
They were cool.
Like a swing. You ever play swing ball?
Yeah, like that. The big chunky rackets for that. That did really hurt if you accidentally let one go and launch it at yourself or someone else.
Like, if you were playing swing ball and you're naturally both right-handed, like your forehand is that way, right? Then the other person has to go backhand to return it, which is always harder. So if you're like going that way to get it going all that way up, you guys have played swing ball, right? Then you're having a better time. Thank you very much, Mr. Harmstone, for subscribing with Prime. It's very nice of you to do that.
Did you notice how he waited until we were live to do it so that his name came up?
Yes, well, listen, if there's one
thing... Because
he
was like, oh, there's an advert in the pre-stream.
That's how we talked.
Yeah, subscribe then.
Listen.
And then he subscribed when his name was up in lights. People love to see their name, Alex. right there on the
If
stream.
there's one person that wants to have recognition for literally everything he does, it's Mr. Harmstone.
It's true.
I'm surprised he doesn't notify us when he has a shit, frankly, but there you go. What else am I here for? Did you see the kind of shit I had today? Alex takes a photo of it, puts it up on Instagram.
I'm waiting for it. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. What else am I here for? Attention. Listen, never a truer word spoken in not jest. Right. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you very much for coming in. Yes, it's been 2 weeks.
It's been a long 2 weeks, though. Like, it feels like we've been off the air forever.
I know. It has felt a long time. We had Ben in from Absolute Bedlam. I trust that you're all following him. He was a groove and a gas to have sitting on the sofa with us. Really enjoyed it.
He had gas, did he? I didn't notice that. I guess you were sitting closer to him.
Yeah. It just seeps out of him.
Yeah, it's not fun to point out people's grooves either. But you can get like oil of Olay or whatever to cover
just
those
kind of
grooves,
smooth that out,
or plump up the skin, or whatever it is that they do. I shouldn't jest about that. I probably need to look into it soon.
Does the Avon lady come round where you live?
Yes, just litters catalogues on the doorstep.
Yeah.
Expects us to take it inside. Like, just put it through the door, you lazy bitch.
It's a crazy thing. Like, do you know, for years something will be, you won't think of something like, you know, when you're using anything like Microsoft Word, anything you're using, any sort of user interface is what I'm driving at, and you suddenly, why am I using this workaround? What's going on with this? And then you don't think about it until you think, what the fuck, right? Which is largely what this show's about. But like the Avon lady, rather than just selling her stuff like a normal shop, comes to you door to door and leaves something, and then comes and later takes it away. And I'd be like completely confused as to why I'd open the door and there's just like a magazine with cosmetics in it, and I'm like, did someone bring us this? It
was definitely of its time, and that time is not now.
No, like, it wasn't then either.
I think the Avon lady really needs to give it the fuck
And then
up.
you fill out the thing like, I'll have that lipstick, I'll have that face moisturizer, blah blah blah.
And then she's got to knock on your door when she comes back, because this is out of stock. We don't have any of this. It's been very popular, and this we haven't made this since 1982, so you have to choose something else.
Like, how successful? It must be reasonably successful as a model.
Well, they wouldn't do it, would they? Otherwise,
but it's door to door. So in that regard, if you're happy to put in the time and like take your 500 Avon magazines up and down, and enough people buy from you, how much money do you need to take?
Want to cast aspersions, might enjoy casting aspersions, but the kind of people that do the Avon thing kind of have that time on their hands, I feel.
Right. But here's the thing, if I had that time, I've got nothing to do today. All I've got time to do is take my stuff round and I put it out to everyone, and then I guess you go like, number 24, blah, 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 doesn't ever do it. So maybe you stopped giving it to them and you're like, I'm not wasting my time. But once you've got your own people, you only ever go back to them, right? And so you know then, it's direct marketing. Actually, I don't know. Maybe Avon's a good idea.
Got to go and find your people.
Yeah. My mum got into Avon collection delivery once. She still uses it, but she's not the lady anymore.
Once you're you're in for life.
Yeah. They don't let you out.
First you deliver the catalogues, then you buy the shit.
Yeah. But sometimes I'd look through it as a kid, and then I remember it would be like bath time fun, right? And because you're a child and you have to have a bath. And the bath time fun...
Yeah, don't do that anymore.
No, but shower fun.
No cleanliness now you're an adult. But when you're a child, they force it upon you.
They had these little drawery pens, which are like soap-based pens, and you could like roll roll on deodorant style things, and you just write with it. So you could like.
Apparently, you needed to be distracted in the bath as a child far more than I did.
They were fun things. They were really fun, Jeremy.
Did they go underwater?
No fun in what?
Did they write underwater?
For a little bit, but then they kind of went off. So the idea is you wrote on the walls with it like, haha, my name is Alex and Matthew smells, or whatever bullshit, or like that. And then you could wash it off, and you could draw little smiley faces and stuff. It was fun, Jeremy. You were a very perfunctory bath taker, weren't you? You just went in there, got clean, and got out.
Functional bath taker, yeah. In, out.
Wash, fuck off. No frivolity, no matey bubbles.
No, I did have
rubber
matey bubbles,
okay,
but only from the months of January to the end of January, because I got one for Christmas, and then I didn't get any others for the rest of the year.
No.
Yeah.
Matey,
much like my matchmakers and after eights eating.
No soap on a rope?
No.
No, swinging that shit around?
No
rubber duck?
Even to this day, I don't think I've ever seen a soap on a rope.
You don't even believe in them. They exist.
I'm an anti-soap-a-roper.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. They only
Just
exist.
for soap on a rope.
They only exist in I don't know, dreams.
In dreams, yeah.
Yeah.
In adverts from the 1980s. I don't know. Well, yeah, anyway, that was one of the things I saw in the Avon. I'm looking through the Avon catalogue. God, how bored must I have been? Like,
didn't you have an Argos catalogue? That's the catalogue you flick through as a child, not the Avon catalogue.
Well, they didn't get delivered to our door.
Fair play, they were quite heavy. You didn't want to go and get
Shower fun is watching videos for 15 to 45 minutes, right? Are you... do you know what? I had a shower today. Not showing off. Thank you.
All right, mate.
And,
everyone does it.
My legs are very clean.
Yeah, Hamster noted that you've got them out.
Yeah, it's because I literally possess
Tis
one...
the season.
It is the season. I don't like getting my legs out on stream. I don't know if that's been made clear, because I look back on the stuff when we do the TikToks.
And you just can't
It's
rival my sexy legs.
It just looks really weird.
Yeah.
The shorts and the crotch and everything about it.
Although I'm not happy with my calves at the moment. They look crap.
I think they look fine.
I've gone back to running, so soon there will be hench again. Gone are the days of, Clubby turning up once in a blue moon and telling me that my calves look hench. Those were the days.
I own one pair of jeans and I wear them all the time. And then obviously I went to Glastonbury in them.
And now they smell like piss.
And now they smell, well, yeah, because I pissed myself. Because I didn't want to leave when I was in front of a crowd, in the crowd, you had to piss yourself.
You had to queue for 3 days to see Elton John, so
I wasn't moving.
You just piss where you are.
Just pissed on the person in front of me and myself. But as a result, the dirtiness of the jeans needed to be cleaned, and jeans do not dry super fast.
No.
Which led me to select shorts. But actually, these shorts, Jeremy, I bought today. These are new. These are the first time I've ever worn them. Yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they? Look at these.
Yeah, they are pretty decent.
Maybe show them.
Give us a twirl.
Yeah, I will. Look. There you go. There's my shorts. I think these are great.
They are nice. I dig it.
Yeah.
The only problem is
nice.
You slightly blend into the sofa, so
Yeah.
it looks like you're sat there half naked.
It does look weird. This is what I meant, but it looked like that in the old ones because they were this colour. I like this colour.
Although actually that's not true, because you've still got milk bottle legs, so they do stand out. I mean, I do too.
They are identical to the ones. Yes, Michael. I don't want to call you Michael. Yes, Michael. Yes, Michael.
Keep your comments to yourself.
You never know
Michael.
what comes out of your mouth when you're doing it. Yes, Michael. You're correct. They are like the other ones, which I like that. I'm not a big fan of this sort of colour on me or darker. And I tried some sort of pinky pucey colour and that didn't work. But these are never failing, so that's what we're going with.
You did have a pair of pinky shorts once. I like those on you. They worked.
I don't know. Maybe we'll try them again.
You're wrong. Wear them again.
Okay then. I wonder if just pink, like my pink shirt that I've got, the one that is really pink.
No, it's got to be like a pastel-y pink,
okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can work on it.
You crashed the Fire Stick. Really? It shouldn't crash the new Fire Stick.
It was my sexy legs and shorts.
It's a 4K Fire Stick. That should do it. Welcome in, Will. Dropping the 129. So Will believes it's episode 129, even if we're not.
He also
sure.
dropped 128.
I guess because he feels that he wasn't here last time, but
maybe. But thank you very much.
He was. Yeah, maybe he didn't. Now I'm looking. No, he did. You gave them to us last time. Well, we'll refund you.
I'm taking them. And thank you very much for your continued support. Everybody, in fact, everybody. I'm singling out Will, but I'm seeing the bitties arrive straight into my stupid face, so refund required.
Well, next time, you just give 2. And that's how that works.
Yeah. Just
see how quickly I did that? Arithmetic. Right there, in my head. Arithmetic. You two bother to turn up this week. Yeah, Ali, if you stayed to the end, you'd know that we weren't going to be here. Although saying that, and we will segue into the segment, I did, in the last episode, when we didn't do This Is Happening, promise that we would do This Is Happening the following week, because then all of their stuff would still be relevant. And then literally as soon as I hit Fuck Shed Store, you were like, you know that we're not here next week and that their stuff is not going to be relevant, right? I'm like, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, well. So I'm scrolling through now, and they'll probably be fine. I'm just going to do them anyway.
Listen, I don't give a fuck. Let's read out their bullshit.
Yeah. So
otherwise, they'll have a little tantrum.
Okay. Well, this is the segment in which we read out your bullshit and provide a little bit more bullshit of our own.
Yes.
It's the section we like to call This Is Happening. Yo.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
This has happened.
This has happened in the past. This happened previously.
When you're
this is happening.
When you're learning like verbs in other languages, like this is the present tense, past tense. You don't think about your own language. This has happened. This will happen. This is happening.
I think about it a bit more now because I'm teaching that to my child.
Right.
But yeah.
I think English is complicated, and
it is. It's a very difficult language
to talk about it in terms of the actual way.
Yeah,
I don't think I could do it, and I'd have to learn it to teach it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having to remember certain things because once you know English, you just kind of know how things work. But then when a small child asks you, "Why is this like this?" you have to go, hang on, that's in there somewhere. It'll come back to me. Let me delve into the grammar dictionary. And I'll find the answer for you at some point. But,
I don't think I fully took any of that on board. Like when I was at school, I don't think I took. I remember learning about all that stuff, but I have to confess, I don't think it ever stayed with me.
I never knew the reasons for things. Like I've always had, shit hot grammar, shit hot syntax, all of that kind of stuff. But I couldn't. If I was asked why I did things a certain way, I don't think I could tell you until I had to really focus on it to teach. Really.
My grammar was fine, but ultimately I can't. I don't know the terms for things. I really don't, and I don't give a shit. But my spelling was always shit hot. I don't know what it was about spelling. I just understood things, and I understood rules for things. But like maths, it wasn't like, oh yeah, and then you do this, that, and the other. I'm like, nah, not a chance. But for some reason, spelling really stuck in my head. I don't know why.
Yeah, like I was reading something of Karis's to proofread it for her the other day, and I changed the structure of her sentence and ended it, comma, 2, as in 2 as well.
Yes.
And she was like, "Is that right?" I'm like, "It is right." She's like, "I've never seen that before." I'm like, "Yeah, it is right." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, I can't remember. It just is, okay? Just trust me, it's right. And then I had to Google it, and it was right.
Yeah. I was going to think of something that Duncan said to me once, but I can't remember what someone said. But, right. Jez's take on the Oxford comma.
Mate, don't get me started on fucking comma ands that don't need to be there, honestly.
Who gives a fuck about an Oxford comma?
Honestly. And I have a personal aggression with the fucking hyphen at the moment. Like, people, you don't need a hyphen most of the time. Stop fucking putting hyphens in random places, you cunts. Everyone. Literally everyone.
Yeah, I think some people want something that's stronger than a comma and weaker than a full stop.
No, but they put it in the middle of words.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And I the already furious Jez, like that. Like, just put a fucking space in. And
really?
And I know.
Oh shit! No, what?
And also I noticed it where I edited the debaptized down to 1 minute 30.
Nice.
I did not realize that it had been written D-baptize, which is not bad grammar.
No,
but it's just not necessary.
No,
you only need the hyphen there if there is a word that exists without the hyphen. So like replay. So if you were replaying something, playing it again, then you might need the hyphen to separate it from replay, as in the actual thing. I don't know, that's a bad example, but
I know what you're saying.
You only need a hyphen if something is ambiguous. And debaptize is not even a word, so you definitely don't need a hyphen in it.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I don't give a fuck about a lot of this stuff. But
debaptize is not a word, so...
Sometimes I hate words. I was talking earlier about how many Alexes there were in my class. And the uniqueness of my name. That's all it really was talking about. It's like, there were no other Alexes in my class. And I'm like, there's no apostrophe in there.
One of them will be called Xander, it's fine.
Well, actually, none of them were. There's only one of them. There were no other Alexes. Right? So A-L-E-X-S. Because there were no other Alex apostrophe S. Because there's no omission there.
No.
And there's no possession there. So I have to be, there are no other Alexes.
Yeah, it's a plural.
But it just looks weird, right?
Yeah, it does look weird, yeah. Because you would never... under normal circumstances, actually use that. You would never have plural Alexes. And
sometimes I find with things like, we have a thing at work called something. I think I can't remember. It's like, I'm trying to think of what the stock taking units, stock keeping units. So it's stock keeping units is shortened to SKU.
SCU.
So SKU. So if I talk about SKUs in plural, I say SKU.
Is that what it stands for?
Yeah.
What's it stand for again?
Stock keeping unit. So
Okay.
if I want to say plural of units, it would be UNITS. So I can't say, I have to be like, the whole thing looks weird. So I'd say SKUs and it's just really weird.
So where I put barcodes in the SKU box on my website, is that valid?
Yes. Kind of, no, yes.
I just use it as a unique identifier, basically.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I don't have a barcode box, so I just use
You've
that
joined us here. Word talk and other things talk. I know this isn't, I don't give a fuck.
Puts the emphasis on the D rather than anybody pronouncing it. Debaptize.
To baptize.
And I cannot emphasize this enough.
I'm lost. Me too, Lady Sorrow.
Go fuck yourself.
Not to be confused with baptize.
Baptize.
I have to say, I was really pleased with my baptize there.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, but your one really came in hot and heavy.
I mean, it takes years to get to my level.
I appreciate that.
But you're on the path. You're on the path.
Thank you. That means a lot, actually. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm as your brap mentor.
Your mentor. Yeah.
I'm pretty pleased, young Padawan.
Oh my god, that was epic. If you just joined us, what the fuck? Martin would be proud.
And that's who I learned from.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah. Good friend Martin. Shout out to Martin.
Yeah.
Probably not watching.
Right, this is happening. The bit where we talk about shit.
The podcast we're doing. the thing.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right.
I'm just glad. I hope you're all having a good time. It's meant to be a cozy time where you hang out with us. And we got the windows open again, which means that those toe rags that we saw last week, 2 weeks ago, will probably come past.
Want to look at your feet again, like
they
tried to last week. And it means that I won't turn into a tomato, because it'll stay cool.
That's true.
Right, so looking at Haps prior, it's the 14 days ago ones that I'm doing, right? So these 21 days ones were
3 weeks ago, where Will went on holiday on Friday.
Yeah.
So he's back now.
So not that one.
No.
But his nap that day was no House of the Dragon wine. Well,
but
he's got it now.
He's got it now.
That's how time works.
Yes.
Excellent.
Have you tried the House of the Dragons wine, Will? Because we liked it. I hope you like it too.
Yes.
I mean, it would be difficult and quite churlish for you to say, well, it's all right, I guess. Because he won't ever say that. I don't know why I ask you. It's just an opportunity for you to talk about it, I guess. It's quite nice. It's nice. I liked it. I would drink it more.
Okay. Nap from Harmstone 2 weeks ago.
Heat.
Still just as bullshit as it is now. The heat.
Same as it ever was.
The statement that it's not the heat. I obviously love
not the
heat.
film with Al Pacino and who else is in that? I want to say oh shit me.
I've seen the cover a bunch of times. I got that DVD free from collecting tokens
Robert De
in the
Niro?
Daily Mirror. I think it is De Niro. Yeah. Free DVD that was.
Yeah, I fell asleep in that, but I don't fall asleep during
Was it because you got a bit warm?
I was very hot. I think it was the end of a long day.
Do fall asleep in the heat.
It's meant to be an excellent film, but I did not stay awake for it.
What are you going to do?
If you're watching a film and you fall asleep in it, then it's probably an indictment of that film. I was only slightly tired. But the heat, just for jazz. It has been very hot, but it
hasn't been that hot.
It hasn't been crazy hot. It was in Glastonbury. It's very hot in Glastonbury.
Yeah. And, you can't look at the fact that I, have an adverse reaction to literally any heat and that I should hate it, but no, it's hot. It was pretty hot as I share my nap from last week when I split my tyre and then had to sit in my car waiting for the AA for 2 hours.
Oh, shit.
That was...
How did you split the tyre?
I kind of hit the curb.
How fast were you going?
Not that fast, actually, but I did really hit the curb.
Right. The curb near your house?
No, I'd gone out for a run. I started running again. So on the way home from my first run in the first run this year at least.
Yeah.
So very long time. Yeah, I was feeling good. Got back in the car. But where I went down to the seafront to run along the seafront like a cunt.
Yes.
The road that I normally use to cut up the hill and come out by the girls' school, that bit there. And
I know what you mean.
Straight across.
You run up that hill?
No, I drive up that hill.
Oh, yeah,
to get
okay,
home.
right, cool.
Yeah, but that road was closed.
Right.
And so I was forced to go all the way down to the bottom and come out in Sandgate. It's very Kent-centric again.
I know where you are as well.
But as a result, it was a lot of that bullshit driving that nobody likes, of the weaving in and out. And I slightly misjudged how close the curb was to my car.
To your car, yeah.
And slashed the sidewall of my tire, and it went bang. It did a good noise.
You were like, and did it go flum 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 flum?
It wasn't an immediate thing, no, because as I continued down the hill, I was like, I might be able to limp this home, and then I won't have to wait for the AA in like this
in
this
Valley.
heat. I can literally like get to my house and then just call the AA from my house. But no, I got to the bottom of the hill and the car was like that. So I was like, right, yeah, okay, better pull over then, I suppose. And called the AA, and they took fucking ages.
Fuck those guys.
But they did make the error of sending me a request to give them feedback the day after. So you better bet that I heaped the praise on the actual dude.
Nice.
Shout out to, I don't know your name.
Yeah, I don't know who your name is watching.
You were great. But then heaped the hate, the scorn, that's a great word, on the fact that I was waiting 2 hours. And it was not helped by the fact that when the dude turned up, he said, I really didn't expect to be coming to your call, to be honest. When I started this morning, your call was on the list, but they sent me up to Capel-le-Fern. I thought that somebody would have got to you by now. I'm like,
so you've revealed.
Well, they didn't.
That the triage nature of this call log has been.
What's wrong with this guy?
Anti.
Flat tire, he can wait.
Yeah.
What's this guy? Upside down on his roof. Yeah, I should probably go there
Granny
first.
on fire. Better get
there.
to the granny on fire in Capel-le-Fern.
Yeah.
Lest it turns into a Capel Inferno.
Does this guy pay? Does this guy pay for his subscription? No, he gets it free with his bank. Fuck him then. He can go to the back of the line. Yeah.
Probably what happened.
Probably was what happened.
Welcome in, Ben.
Yeah. They took ages. Yeah.
They are back. We are back. We're here.
That was a good one, Harmstone. You'll be forgiven now for your northern grammar.
You said coming out by the girls' school, and Alex knows immediately. Look, the girls' school is not that far from the Harvey Grammar School. I have had cause as a young man to go to the girls' school.
To be fair, if you looked at Folkestone from above, the girls' school is probably directly in the middle with all of the other shit around it.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. I've been in plays at the girls' school. Incredible stuff. What a time.
I've watched you I watched you direct a play at the girls' school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Wait for Godot.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you weren't in that, were you?
I know,
I
was directing it.
My memory did serve me for once.
Robo-Rita. After all these years, I found a new DGMS. It sounds like Robo-Rita is riffing on something there, but I don't know what it is.
Actually, I did, while I was just randomly on our page the other day, I did notice that you were lurking on the page, Nick, so I hope you enjoyed the old ones. But we are new, we are live, unless, of course, you're watching this not now, not live, in which case we are not live, and it's not now.
If you
Did
got
clear
that,
it up?
yeah, kind of. How was Glasgow, Alex? Glasgow was hot, heavy, intense, and hard to get around, but it was a blast.
I forgot you went to Glasgow, Barry.
Glasgow, yeah, we went the wrong way for ages up the M1, and I'm like, shit.
But you got to meet Matt Barry. So.
I did meet Matt Barry.
So often in Glasgow.
Do you know, on the last day when I just I was toiling back and forth taking our shit to the car, and on the way back when I was like whistling happy, carefree, without anything in my hands anymore because I'd done the last run, I saw what I believed to be a tired, sweaty, red-faced Stuart Lee. Stuart Lee is a comedian, stand-up comedian. I don't know if you know Stuart Lee, but
I do not.
But for those people who do know Stuart Lee, I swear it was him. It was him. But it was hard to say. The thing about it is that Stuart Lee looks like my brother Stephen. So my first thought as I was walking along, even though I know Stephen's not there, I'm just distracted by someone that looks like someone you know, like regardless of whether it's my brother or not. So I looked up and I thought, that looks a bit like, that's Stuart Lee. And he had in his fingers like all this kind of stuff cutting through his fingers. And he had two things on his back.
He did not bring a trolley.
He did not. He did not. And
foolish mortal.
And I thought to myself, I can't help him because I think I was on my way back and might have still had my trolley at that point to go back for a second run. But I thought, now is not the time, if ever there was not the time.
I can't help him because I'm a cunt.
I just thought to myself, I can't. This is now not the time to. I stopped because I think, oh, that's Stuart Lee. But then what do I know? I'm not a big fan of like going up talking to people because like let them do the thing. Least of all, the worst time to do it when someone is struggling with sweat dripping down their brow.
Oh, hi, Stuart Lee.
Are you Stuart Lee?
Can I get your autograph?
Can we get a selfie?
Yeah, I guess. It'd be great fodder for his next gig. You should have done it.
I should have done that, and I'd have turned up in there just for like.
You'd have lived on in his set for years.
I know.
Not that you're dead. You'd still be actually living physically.
Came up to me.
Live vicariously. I'm saying a lot of words today, and I don't know why.
At the end of Glasgow, and I was walking along, and some cunt came up and wanted a fucking selfie. No, I can see it. I really wish. We didn't meet Matt Berry. Sorry, Dr. Fruitbat. I wish we had.
You're probably also thinking of a different Matt Berry than the one that I was mentioning. So
it's possible. Are you thinking about fantasy?
I am thinking of the guy that used to work for ESPN, now works for NBC.
Yes,
Sports.
He's thinking about Toast.
Toast.
He's thinking about Toast.
I know exactly who he's thinking of, and that is not who I was
what a
thinking
guy.
of. Yeah.
I wonder if Fourth Panda got their stuff. She did not. Maybe soon at one point.
Yes. So all of the gifts / prizes from the DGMS 24-hour stream went out.
Yes. Do you still have that? Did I take that or did I leave it behind? Rails one? Or is that
you left it at my place with your Toriel thing. As you rushed out of my house in a huff on that on that Saturday afternoon.
In a minute and a half, it was actually a bit longer.
Hilariously.
Yeah.
Yes. It's still at mine.
Of course, that makes
I was
sense.
going to bring it tonight so that it wasn't cluttering at my house, but I forgot, so it's still cluttering at my house.
Ah, shit. What Toriel thing? Oh, that Toriel thing.
That Toriel thing.
Ah, yeah.
It was on top of it.
Oh, maybe I can send that to someone.
Let's drop this old hap in as well, because we didn't actually talk about it on the last episode, hilariously. Murder She Tote, says Harmstone.
Yeah, thank you very much to everybody who came along to my spot on Alex Leam's panel show thing called Awkward Question Time, which many of you attended. You came along to.
I did.
Michael came along to, and Tamsanaki was there. I know Aletha was there. It was a good night. And no, it was fun to be involved in Alex's stuff. I did some of his stuff in that time I went to Edinburgh last year.
Glad you enjoyed.
But yes, we brought a lot. My setup obviously had all this stuff behind me. He's like, talk us through. I'm like, I've got like so many things in the back. We can't. I would love to talk. I'll just pick a few select things. Obviously, Angela Lansbury really made that. Hate to say it, but you were the best bit, Alex. Thank you very much, Harmstone.
He does really hate to say that as well.
Yeah, I can see.
You can read the subtext in that, even though it's just in Twitch chat. You can feel him like, do I? Okay, I'll say it.
He hates to say it, but
I feel this.
He didn't stop himself. It's very kind. Through gritted teeth, through gritted fingers.
Which only shows that it's true.
It's
really.
true, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yes. You were the best comedian on there.
Thank you very much.
You had the best setup on there, and most importantly, you had the best followers on there.
Yes, I did.
Who made the best jokes.
Who made the best jokes.
Also better than a lot of the other comedians on there.
100%.
I am slightly giving this a hard time, and that's because it wasn't very good.
Well, Alex Lee might watch this, so for the benefit of this, I thought it was excellent.
He was good.
Yeah, I like Alex, I really do.
Yeah, he needs to sort his background out.
He's perhaps not a professional streamer.
It's a bit busy, but yeah. The guy that was outside was all right. What was his name? The guy in his garden for some reason.
He was on holiday.
Who gradually lost light as the stream progressed.
I don't really remember anything. It was John Carruthers, and he was. Oh God, I can't remember. I can't remember the other guy's name. Oh well, never mind.
Was that the Scottish guy?
Yes, I had a lot of time for him. I think he does his own show, so I wonder if I can get on that. Welcome in Brogan, who's received his gift.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was going to say, if you got your stuff. I think
it says he's halfway to. I think it says up above the chat, which we've now lost. It says something. I received my book in the mail, and I'm half of the way to being a true Towie cunt. Thank you both. I hope we got your surname right on that, because I have never really had many courses to use your surname, which I won't be saying here. But I think, yeah, it's definitely this. It's spelled like this. So please let me know if we got that right, because I'm kind of curious.
I googled it and based it on a street name somewhere in the Midlands. So if it's not right, then
I figured it wouldn't matter. We could have written like
blame like
Brogan is a cunt.
Birmingham.
Like it would have still got to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You got it.
Well, the problem is I can't remember how we wrote it. So if we ever need to do it again, we're gonna have to guess again.
I have it in my brain.
Good for you. I don't do that kind of thing. That remembering stuff thing. It's not for me.
Never be tacting. Hey, listen, why break the habit of a lifetime?
A hap 2 weeks ago from Son of Rachel. Visa verdict in 3 weeks-ish. So that's probably next week.
Yes, nervous AF,
We're close.
but exciting. So
See?
is that the
That
visa?
kept.
Visa for his other half to come here, I presume, because I think she's moving to join him.
Is that the way around they're doing it?
Listen, I can't remember. Is he here? I can ask.
I mean, if I could give them any advice, it would be that they both get visas to live somewhere that is neither the UK or the United States.
Wow.
That's big brain thinking, because both places are fucking dumpster fires.
She's moving.
And I say that with authority.
Listen, he's done well. He's in a great situation, great relationship. He's managed to avoid having to move himself to Texas, basically, which is where she lives.
I don't know if I'd want to live in Texas.
No, I wouldn't.
I think I
I
probably
don't think she
would.
does either.
Well, yeah.
Freshcoat lives in Texas, doesn't he? I think.
I mean, it can't be any worse than here. Here is really shit.
I like it here.
Fuck you, Alex. He doesn't mean it. He's just, doing that thing he does.
Talking bollocks.
Just accepting.
Exactly, it's true. That is that thing.
Being
Do you know
outrageously
that
positive.
That night, I know, I'm such a cunt. It's terrible, but that night when that guy, when Alex Leem said,
Yeah.
"Are you a vidIQ?" He's looking at you like a vidIQ, and I said that. He said, "Do you work for vidIQ?" And I said, "Yes," like that. And he said, "Do you really?" And I'm like, "No."
There were several times across that night where you said things that anybody that knows you knows was absolute bullshit and not true, but you were just leaning into it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that
yeah.
made it even funnier, for me at least.
Yeah, it's just like I'm just gonna go with it and find something, but it's quite hard to do that. I would say that it's hard because you're talking over each other and it's hard to do remotely. I don't know how easy it is to.
Yeah, it is difficult, especially if you're using fucking StreamYard in 2023. Get OBS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Texas is too hot, and there are too many guns. I don't.
Well, if you buy them all, Aletha, that's less guns.
Yes. Run around talking about guns like I ain't got none.
That works, doesn't it?
Have you ever been to a shooting range, Jeremy?
I have.
Have you?
I have indeed, yes. I was in the Air Cadets.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool, of course.
And yes, went shooting regularly
Yes.
while in the Air Cadets.
What kind of guns were you shooting?
I shot .22 rifles. 0.22 rifles.
2 rifles, so 4 rifles.
Correct.
2 in each hand, like
That's
a fucking...
maths. You can't argue with his maths. Yeah.
That's very impressive.
And don't remember the name of them, but there was some kind of semi-automatic rifle.
Did it give you a semi while you're firing it?
It didn't. I was never really into it, to be honest. It was a lot of closing one eye and squinting, and it just gave me a headache. I'm like,
Like when you've eaten a Tang Fastic.
Yeah. I was quite good at it, but it was fine, I guess. There's a lot of lying on the floor. I don't like lying on the floor, especially on my front.
I'm a lying on my back kind of guy.
I'll probably lie on my back, just shoot the gun like that. But no, lying on my front, and yeah, especially with the semi-automatic rifle, the recoil on it was like right into your shoulder. I'm like, ow!
I
Don't like that.
for my sins, strange thing to say, really. I decided to read a Jeremy Clarkson book one time, and I don't really like Jeremy Clarkson all that much. But at this point, I was looking for something just to read because I was bored.
Maybe I'll have a Clarkson-based controversial opinion later. We'll see.
Maybe. Is it that he's all right? Really? I don't know. But he wrote a book called "I Know You Got Soul," and what it is, it's he's talking about things that have been created that they have, artifacts and objects that have soul. Like he said, like the Rolls Royce, things that inventions, things that people have created that just have that kind of
have
thing.
a life of their own.
Yeah. Like
a character, a persona.
Yeah. And that's in that regard, it's quite an interesting read. And one of the things he had on there was the AK-47, which he said, it was designed to work in all manner of fucking conditions. You could drop it in a swamp, drop it in fucking quicksand, pick it up, it would always fire.
I mean, a lot of these guns are really fucking good at what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If we're just looking at it objectively as a machine, problem is what they do is shit.
Yes.
And we don't want that in the world at all. There you go.
Yes. If you kind of want to fire an AK-47.
Okay, 2 weeks ago...
Signal was not great for Will. How's it now? Has it picked up?
We finally found some signal. It's been 2 weeks. You'd hope so.
Harmstone, bomb scares. They mean I don't have to do the forced fun.
I don't think anybody has ever described a bomb scare as hap before.
No.
But we'll allow it, maybe.
Did you call in the bomb scares? Like, I don't want to do forced fun. There's a bomb in my building, you know. Who knows? It's Mega Nap. Now? Oh, no.
There you go. Right, we are now.
Okay, now is now.
Unless you are watching a replay in the future, in which case it is not now, it is actually later. And we are not live. It's not live. It was now. It's later. I've confused myself now, even.
I was reading the thing. I did not, though. It was still preferential to that bullshit. What was the forced fun you had to do? Is this forced work fun? Explain more.
Team building exercise.
I'm not against that. I've got to do it a lot soon.
Yeah, he doesn't need to explain it. He's explained it ad nauseum in the Discord for the last
has
month.
He?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Lucky you.
Oh, lucky you.
Just do the team building and shut the fuck up, Harmstone. That's the answer here.
Lucky You is a song by the Lightning Seeds, who are incredible to watch. But Hap says, Aletha, saw Carly Rae Jepsen get more people singing to Call Me Maybe than the Lightning Seeds got for 3 Lions.
3 Lions on a shirt.
Yes, they played that at the end, and I detected some crowd ahead of Ian Brody of the Lightning Seeds, like directly in front of him, was going for it. But a lot of people where we were not going for it. But they did go for Call Me Maybe.
And many more Carly Rae Jepsen songs, which I'm sure everybody in this chat can name right now.
I can't name...
In the chat, I want 3 Carly Rae Jepsen songs that are not Call Me Maybe.
Don't look it up.
And you have to do it in 3 seconds, so I know you didn't Google it. Good time, says Karis. Probably, sure. I'll give that a check.
I really, 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 really like you. Actually, that song is good, actually. I was listening to that. I hadn't heard that one before.
That's
and I
2.
Like,
Come on, then.
I had heard it before.
You're almost home free.
That's a good one. Y'all need to check out Cut to the Feeling.
And that's the 3rd, I would assume.
One with Tom Hanks in the video, okay?
I've no way of checking this.
No, I think they're right.
So I'm just going to assume that you're right and give you a pat on the back and a good little thumbs up.
It was Hap, apparently, that more people sang that. That's fine. But, I mean, I believe the Lightning Seeds did a better set, but that's because I think they have better songs than Carly Rae Jepsen. Just ignoring 3 Lions, which is obviously a collaboration between Baddiel and Skinner. I'm just saying, Jollification. If you want a nice summary pop album that's as good today as it was in 1993, check out Jollification.
Dream of Jollification. Doesn't fit, Alex. They fucked
you need
it
to
up.
say it longer.
Dream of Jollification.
Californication, an amazing Red Hot Chili Peppers summary album.
That's a good album.
As good today as it ever was in 1999.
That's a good album. Fuck whatever you said.
Jollification.
Jollibee or whatever.
Listen.
Isn't that like a shop?
Jollification by the Lightning Seeds is a series of pop gems. Thank me later. There's no... Listen, you can listen to them both.
At the same time.
That'd be weird.
Simultaneous.
Welcome in, Fourth Panda. We were talking about you just earlier.
Yeah, you'll be pleased to know, Fourth Panda, that people have had their stuff from our most recent giveaway, and you still haven't had your stuff from the giveaway that Alex did.
I was going to bring it over to your house to do, but I hadn't. I didn't. So,
Filipino fast food place in Leicester Square, Jollibee. There you go.
Jollibee?
They've chained it. I don't think it's just in Leicester Square. I think it is a chain now, which is why I'm familiar with it. But there you go.
Sadly, I'm only allowed to take one recommendation at a time. Well, listen, none of you have listened to Jollification, whereas I feel certain you might have listened to Californication. Do you know what I mean? Like, expose yourself to something new.
What did you say it was again? Jollification.
Jollification.
Okay, but Californication has got the word fornication in it.
It's a bit on the nose, isn't it? You know, they've gone California.
It depends how you're doing it, really.
Yeah.
Could be on the nose.
Yeah.
Could be on your
In your-
ass.
in
Could
your
be
mouth.
in your dick.
Yeah.
Wherever.
But in this case, they've obviously gone California. Fornicator. Oh my god. Shit, we've got to get this album out.
Quick, before somebody else writes it.
I'm just saying. I think it's as good today as it ever was.
That isn't really an endorsement. It could have been shit back in the day.
But I'm telling
which
you.
means that it is shit now.
And I
It's
could have
as
had
shit
terrible
now as
taste
it was
then.
back in the day.
I have taste that's as bad now as it was back then.
Case closed.
Listen, you be the judge. If you like whimsical pop bangers with the summer haze behind, listen to it during the summer. It's not a winter album.
I'm sure I've heard Lightning Seeds, but I couldn't name a single song.
Shockingly, Carly Rae Jepsen has had 6 albums.
All with one song on.
Like, this is how I feel about these things. I've not got no hatred for Carly Rae Jepsen. I like Carly Rae Jepsen, and I very much enjoyed watching her dance around in a pink jumpsuit. But I I don't know any more of her songs than the couple of him, mentioned.
Still waiting for Jessie's Clarkson take. Well, you're just going to have to stay tuned for the segment that we like to call controversial opinions and not pressing the button.
I'm not pressing the button.
Nap says Aletha did not get NFL tickets. Fuck you, Ticketmaster.
No, we didn't get tickets to go and see Kansas City play the Dolphins in Frankfurt on November
It's almost
5th.
like those are two teams that people really want to see.
Yes. The week later, when it's Colts Pats,
There'll be tickets for that. No one gives a fuck about either of those.
We're not going to have
teams.
to do the double. That's what I wanted to do and go there for a week. So
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
result-
Aletha was saying they don't do season tickets.
No. Fuck
The
Ticketmaster.
fuck Germany.
I love Germany, but I do not like Ticketmaster. So
No, I
This
do not like Ticketmaster either.
does mean we will be able to go and see Ben Folds in that week, which we would have been away, which we couldn't have seen Ben Folds. Have you ever listened to Ben Folds?
I am familiar with a Ben Folds song, yes.
Right.
Your Dogs, ironically.
Oh, really? I'm not aware of that one, but
It's a good one. It
It
was
says landed, then you're going to say landed.
Yeah,
Hopefully he'll play landed.
It was the opening theme to the series Shit My Dad Says, which in direct contradiction to what I said on a previous episode is incredible, but it was cancelled after one season.
Oh yeah, your hot take on listen, if it's cancelled after one season, it can't be that good.
Do you know how long it took for people on Tickers and Instagram to actually bite on that line? It took ages.
Brogan didn't take long. It was hilarious. I was waking up one morning and I saw Brogan's comment. And
He was the first one.
I was just giggling to myself in my bed. Just yeah. Okay, the song Alex learned from it. I did learn it. I did learn it for you. It's a great song to play. I love playing it. Yeah, Ben Folds. So hopefully we're going to see Ben Folds in Brighton, probably at the Brighton Dome, which I've seen Ben Folds before at the Brighton Dome, and he was phenomenal. One of the best gigs I've ever seen. So there you go.
So this one will probably be a bit shit.
I don't think he'll ever be shit. I don't think he'll ever be shit. I can't imagine Ben Folds ever being shit.
I remember that Twitter account, but I never watched the show. Oh, the show was really good. It starred William Shatner as the dad, who was basically a slightly racist curmudgeon who said outrageous things, and then his son, who lived with him, had to deal with it and mop it up. And it was very sitcom-y. So if you don't like American sitcoms, you're not going to like it. But I thought it was fantastic. I really did.
But now it's gone.
Hap says Harmstone. Oh no, you can read this one. I'm not acknowledging this.
Somehow stumbling. Oh, does that say base backwards into beating Jez and Dan at predicting the wrestling? Oh, I can see now. I think I saw this come up on Twitter or something that he'd said it, but I don't know where I'd seen it.
Yes. Flippantly on the Main Event podcast.
Yes.
Available wherever you get your podcasts or live every Thursday evening at twitch.tv/JazzSportsLive. Flippantly thinking that it would only work out favourably for me especially.
Yes.
That Harmstone should also predict a show. Dan and I predict results every week. And the Harmstone should predict, but just base it on their name or some arbitrary thing. Not actually do any research or not look it up. just literally go like, Alex Shelley versus Chris Sabin. Oh, Shelley's a girl's name. Let's go for them, etc. Just completely random, arbitrary reasons.
Huh.
Harmstone got 8 out of 9, and I got 3. It was a particularly bad day.
You're not kidding.
But
was this like a SmackDown show? Was this a pay-per-view?
This was an Impact Wrestling pay-per-view.
Okay. I see.
And they decided to just do off-the-wall shit.
Yeah. I thought Impact were always a bit like that.
But
so.
Beat me, beat Dan, only got 1 wrong.
God.
And obviously...
he's been insufferable ever since.
Before, after, and forevermore. Yes.
Now, then, forever.
Then, now, forever. Yeah.
Harmstone is insufferable. Then, now, forever.
Dan was hilariously more bitter than you were. Yeah, well, I was kind of more upset that I lost the lead in the predictions in general, that Dan overtook me.
Dan was hilariously more bitter.
Yeah, he was not happy.
Wow.
He was like, right, well, let's just give up now then, shall we? Podcast cancelled. Yeah. While we're on the subject of wrestling and naps,
yes,
WWE copyright claiming literally anything that has a morsel of their content in it.
Really?
I'm in the process of finally catching up with our archive on YouTube.
Yes.
And this week, it took 24 hours.
Yes.
But I uploaded the 24-hour stream.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the 2 segments in which we play WWE 2K23, they were blocked on copyright grounds, and I have had to edit them to take out all of the WWE stuff. So
did we get a copyright strike for that?
No, it just blocked the video.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That's okay though, because I mean it was irritating as shit, and I'm glad it got blocked.
Yes. So basically, that 6-hour period is now down to 3 hours, from midnight to 6. It's like Jackbox. I edited out the Mario Kart as well because that looked awful.
Yeah.
Where it was glitching all over the place,
Yeah.
and it was giving me a
I'm
headache.
glad that that's gone, frankly.
Yeah, and so I just left in Deathloop because that was decent.
Oh yeah,
and then it was 6 o'clock, and we were on the home straight.
Feels like I'm doing it, living it all over again.
Yeah, he's got PTSD.
Oh my god, yes, happening.
Yeah. And let's get back to it.
Resubscribe. About damn time, fuckers, that you resubscribed. I agree. Winning a backpack that was found on a train. Well, I'm glad you've got your backpack. What do you think of it? It's terrible, isn't it?
I'm bringing backpack back. Yeah.
Today I said I can't read this because the things that you might also like stuff, referring to a section of a product page that upsells you on more stuff.
Mm-hmm. Familiar, yeah.
The team's transcription transcribed it as saying, you might also like sex at work.
Well, it's true. And if you didn't say that, maybe you should say it next time.
Hey,
just to try and catch them out.
People
and then when they
like,
go, I'm sorry, what did you say? Stuff. I said stuff.
You might also like... Have you tried sex? It's fucking cool. You should try it, man. Sex is great.
You know this thing we're doing right now, this whole work thing? Had you considered just going and finding someone for some sex instead? It's just much better.
Have a fuck.
Yeah.
Just get on board.
You know when people say they don't give a fuck? Yeah. Why don't instead you give a fuck?
Give a fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
To someone else.
Sounds much better.
Someone you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes.
At least for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it twice, Jeremy. So...
Nap says, Keris, people who give jobs to friends rather than by merit.
Oof. It sounds like there's a story here.
There's pretty much the entire story.
So there was a job, and it went to a person's friend, and not the person who was suitable, best position for the job.
I.e. her. Yeah.
Right. Is that something she once said online? I guess she gives 0 fucks.
I don't think she gives a fuck, yeah.
So she went for a job, and she didn't get it because someone was nepotized into it.
Yes, despite her being clearly better for the job.
Shit.
Yeah. So there you go. But Hap, says Keris, our final Hap from the chat, and we will not accept any more. She's off in search of a clanger next week.
You're going to Bedford?
She's going to Bedford for a conference.
Oh, get a clang while you're there. Go and see ABG, and you can both eat one side of it. That would be weird, be a bit like Lady in the Tramp, but, listen, you do you. I don't care. Yeah. So go and see Darren, because he'll be in Bedford.
Yes, because that's where he lives.
Yes.
Loosely.
And
that he's loose. That is not.
Yeah.
He lives loosely in the area. He is loose.
He is loose.
And he lives in Bedford.
He lives in the area.
Yeah.
Darren would definitely be the tramp. Hell yes. That's how I first saw him when we got to Bedford. He was down an alleyway eating some spaghetti off a plate with a dog. It was weird. Don't look at me. But Loose Lee is his local. Hey, Loose Lee.
No, that's Lucy. That's his weekend name.
Yeah.
Can you make that joke anymore? I'm not sure you can. I made it. Fuck yourself.
It's happened now.
Yes. Right. What's hap for you other than Glasgow Berry?
Glasgow Berry, hap, super hap, very hot. So I have to say, it's quite an exhausting time. I don't want to be saying I will never go back to Glastonbury because I've been to it 6 times and I don't feel the need.
It's probably enough
to go back anymore unless I got an opportunity to say MC the comedy there. So I watch these guys doing it and I know I can do it. I don't know how they got the gig. And by the way, it is not a what's the word I'm trying to say? It is a very unforgiving gig because you've got constantly people coming in and out and
they're not there for comedy, let's be honest.
They're there to fucking just chill out, fuck around,
get
shout,
high
get drunk
and watch music.
Stay for a little bit, leave, be disruptive, and it must be a pain in the ass for both performers and MC. They're all performers, but you know what I mean. And yet, if I could get in on that.
Yeah, if you can handle dickheads talking about bestiality on Twitch, you can handle random dickheads going at you on a stage.
And I will
You'll
say,
be fine.
Despite the fact I just said that, the times I've always sat there, the Glastonbury comedy crowd is quite a nice crowd, I think. And
I mean, there's so much going on at Glastonbury. If you're not interested in the comedy, you probably don't waste your time going there.
No.
You probably just go on to the thing you actually want to do. So
there's people who have made that way, because the comedy area, theatre, circus, comedy, outside circus, all that sort of area, Theatreland or whatever you want to call it, is...
If it's not called that, they should call it that.
It should, but it is not. Is basically... It's quite far away. It's on the very eastern edge of everything, and it's about 25 minutes walk from the pyramid. And it's just you aren't going to be there.
If you're going there, you are going there. You intend it.
And if you kind of hang around there for a little bit, you'll be like, oh no, I've got to get to a stage. So I would say the times I've been in there, it's populated by people who are very nice and tend to be. They can sometimes be a bit chatty, and that's about as worse as it can get. But I've never seen anyone.
Those people that always be chattying.
Tell me about it. But generally speaking, nobody really. The lights are often. It's quite light coming in from outside when it's the day, and so you're very exposed. Audiences don't like being seen, and it's very obvious. So you can really clearly pick on people in the audience as a result of that. So I think it quietens them down a little bit.
If I make a singular noise, I'm going to get picked out by the MC. So I will sit here and shut the fuck up and laugh when appropriate. And
often when people have got up and moved from the front area, people are very reticent to move forward into that space, even though they're encouraged. I would love to do it. So I would say if I can get that gig, I don't know how I do it, but if I just keep doing MC.
Karis says that's definitely a job given to friends.
Yeah.
So you need to talk to Nana Kay.
Yeah, I'll see how she knows. We walked past her cinema. The cinema
Soul Cinema.
Yeah, I walked past Soul Cinema. Did not go into Soul Cinema, but saw all these people, and it was kind of weird that she wasn't there. Do you know what I mean? Because we would have just walked straight past it, and she would have been right there. But you'd be like, "Hi." I know, but it was the one time we go, and she's not there. It's very synonymous. But yes, but I know that David Hoare, who we know, knows Stuart Goldsmith, and Stuart Goldsmith MCs there and performs there. So I'm surprised that David Hoare hasn't hit up Stu Goldsmith to say, how do I get into that? So I'm tempted to hit up David Hoare to hit up Stu Goldsmith.
Can I have the thing that you would probably want as well, but instead of you having it, I have it.
Right.
Thanks.
That's going to make a hard sell. But part of me wonders if he wanted it.
He'd have had it by now.
Right?
Well, or you'll give him the idea and he'll ask for it, and he'll get it, and you won't get it. And
Right.
fuck you.
So, as a result, by the way, everything you've just said, and I love it, by the way, everything you said, I have sort of already thought. So I think I might just email Stuart Goldsmith directly and say, hey, I've seen you a couple of times. I do MCing. How do we get on that sweet, sweet Glastonbury gig? Let me know.
Mm.
And if he goes...
And he'll be like, it's mine. Get the fuck out of
I
here.
should say there's like loads of people. I reckon he'll be like, well, if you do this, send me some stuff. And I'll be like, yeah. So listen, I'm going to send him... Hey, an email can't hurt. I'll send him a message.
He's going to Stuart gatekeep the position.
He won't. He's not like that. I know he's not.
I don't know him. Stuart.
He'll
That
reply,
is
new
your
email, who dis?
Real name.
I've got his email, I think.
Goldsmith's probably not your real name. Sounds like a stage name to me.
You should volunteer for some sort of
Stuart.
role and just perform unexpected comedy while doing it.
You should just get up on the stage and
Just crash the stage.
and just start doing comedy, and they'll just assume you're supposed to be doing it. And then you go up to the organizer, who'll be very confused. Be like, "Did I book you? I must have booked you, otherwise you wouldn't be on the stage."
I'll just send some emails to people.
And then you'd be like, "All right, good, cool. See you next year.
Someone's got to know the answer.
I'll drop you an email."
Looks like David Hoare has a podcast now. Yeah, I saw that he did.
All the cunts have got
I know.
podcasts now.
They're fucking, you can't move for them. Right. So, yes, if you happen to know anyone that knows someone that knows the answer to how I get to MC Glastonbury, just let me know. Because that's what I want.
I'm going to razz through my haps, because we've been doing this a while, but it's been a nice, catch up. I don't think we've done This Is Happening for several episodes, apart from the 24-hour. But even then, we didn't do it for very long.
I think it's been quite amusing and chatty and fun. I think it's all been good.
Hats.
Hats are...
Hap.
You heard it here first.
I have found a place that does the baseball caps that I like.
Is it lids?
It is not lids. It's toppers with a Z.
Fuck me. What is it about hat shops that are called cunty things?
I like this one, though, because A, it's epic. B, they do the hats that I like, which are the 3930 New Eras.
Oh, yeah.
And they were doing a 3 for 2. So I bought 3 hats for the price of
2 hats.
Spot my line.
What hats did you buy, Jeremy?
I bought a Chicago Bears Super Bowl 20 special edition cap.
Nice.
I bought a Chicago White Sox, just generic White Sox logo hat.
That sounds cool.
I already had one, but it was too small.
What is the White Sox? Is it 2 socks together, or is that the Reds? I don't know.
No, that's the Boston Red Sox, even though their socks are white.
Huh.
I guess White Sox was taken. But this one, my other Sox hat that's too small, didn't have anything on the back, aka the front, if you wear them backwards like I do. But this one has got the MLB logo on it. So I have something on the front of my head, which is cool. And I also bought a Chicago Bulls cap with the logo in gold.
Now you bought 4.
That's 3.
Oh, I thought you said Chicago Super Bowl, White Sox, MLB with the front thing.
No, that's on the White Sox one.
Right.
And then the Chicago Bulls one is a gold Bulls logo on the what people call the front, but is actually the back. And on the back, but it is actually the front, it has the word Chicago written in gold. So there's something on the.
It's a lot of
on the front
Chicago
for me.
involved in this.
It's almost like I like the city or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I bought those. But not only that, I also went shopping this fortnight. Have you heard of Temu or Temu? It's like one of those shit Chinese buy it now and it'll arrive in 10 years, but it'll cost you 3 pence kind of deals. Drop shipping-y type thing.
I've not heard of that.
Like Wish or.
But I had an
any of
idea for
those.
much like that. I can't believe someone's doing it.
Yeah, so I spent some money on there. I spent £10.
Yes.
And I bought a blue microphone muff for my handheld microphone.
Yes.
It's on brand for Jez Sports.
Nice.
Keep it on brand. One of the things like you've got for your tripod that holds the phone, like
oh yes,
but it's for me to hold and do that with and stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
And the best purchase of all, an acrylic cradle that you put baseball caps in, so that you can yeet them in the washing machine and wash them.
Ah,
because I had some caps that were dead to me because they have got stains on them and stuff. and it says on the caps, "Do not wash." So I'm like,
Oh, now what?
exactly. So they were about to go in the bin, but
What?
I put them in the cradle, like the cats or the children.
Cats in the cradle and a silver spoon.
Chicago Bears hat went in the machine.
Machine.
When's it coming out? In about an hour.
I'll put it on my head. Beedin'-diddin'-doo.
Still very wet. And it did the job. Hat's still in perfect shape, and it cleaned it. And now I have extra hats that I didn't have before because they were fucked, and
So
now they're
many
not
hats.
fucked.
So many hats.
So hats a hat.
I think it'd be. I mean, it's cool that you got the Chicago ones and you like Chicago.
Mm.
I was thinking maybe it'd be good to have a Folkestone cap. You know, like something that real represent F Town. You know, and have a real kind of blingy.
If there was a cap in the style that I like, with the completely closed off back without the things, I would wear one.
Maybe we
I
should
would
design
even
one.
wear like a Folkestone. What are they called? Folkestone Invicta.
Oh yeah,
Soccer
that's the
club.
soccer.
I'd even wear one of
Club.
those. Would I? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe. If they gave it to me for free, I'd wear one of those. But it's probably the wrong style of hat. So there you go.
Welcome in, Tamsanaki. Shop like a millionaire with a tat addiction, not a hat addiction.
That's true.
If it's a choice between washing them and maybe fucking them up or binning them, what have you got to lose? I was thinking the same thing. Without the cradle, you could have just given them a go, I guess.
I was, but I was also like, there must be a solution. And I've just been sat waiting for years for that solution. And the solution was presented to me by Temu.
I wash everything. Washing instructions of a sheep, man. I kind of agree with you. If I find
I've
something...
never seen a sheep use a washing machine. Don't they do dip? Isn't that?
They do dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, they double dip.
Your first
A
problem,
cherry bit and an orange bit.
Tamsin, was trusting sheep with your washing.
Yeah.
That sounds... It's on you.
Don't
Meh.
tumble dry. Yeah, if it's a new thing, like, and it's a hoodie, I tend not to be a bit devil may care of my shit. But if it's anything else, like, I tend to be whatever.
I'm a bit anal with like washing and stuff.
I want things to
Like
come out.
I have a lot of like printed T-shirts.
You don't want to fuck with that.
And I would never ever, I don't have one anymore, so it doesn't matter. But I would never ever put them in the tumble dryer because it just fucks shit up.
Otherwise they'll
And if I put them out on the line, I'll turn them inside out so that the print is inside and so it doesn't get bleached by the sun.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, hat. I'm just going to rattle through these.
Oh yes.
They're all sports. I've been very sporty in the last few weeks, by which I mean I've watched a lot of sport.
Nice.
NASCAR. Went to see the NASCAR at Brands Hatch with Duff. That was incredible. Baseball.
Yes.
Didn't go to see the baseball, but it was in London, and I thoroughly enjoyed watching and writing about it.
Oh, cool.
Tennis. Been a lot of tennis on.
Oh yes.
We had where was it first? Nottingham.
Nottingham.
It said Nottingham on the ground. Then they went to Birmingham, and in much the same way, it said Birmingham on the ground.
Good.
I'm basically just watching it so I can see writing on the floor.
Yes.
And now they are in Eastbourne.
Yes.
Guess what, Alex?
Does it say Eastbourne on the ground?
No, it doesn't. They're too fucking lazy.
Fucking outrageous.
They
Go as far as East B, and
they even
like,
have like an extra wide like court,
ready to receive that.
and there's no. At least I don't think they've written.
Maybe they don't know how to do it so it appears the right way up. You know, because like obviously it's gonna be flat.
It's got to
on the
be
ground.
camera side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got to be distinctive. So you know how they draw it the perspective, so it appears to be sitting.
Sitting straight, yeah, because you've got to like
paint it at an angle.
Yeah,
so it
you
appears
do.
like-
I'd never even considered that.
Yeah. So if you look at it, it would look weird.
Maybe they tried them and like, no, that looks
Right,
shit.
they fucked it up
Just
too many times.
Just wash it off.
That's what I mean. They got it like, how's the Eastbourne sign going? Oh, we tried it. Then we looked on the camera. It looked all stupid. It's like, yeah, you're meant to do it like at an angle. It's like, oh, I don't know how to do that. Well, Google it.
Like
Fucking use it.
the TikTok ones on the rugby. It looks really weird when they're actually right next to it because they've painted it on slanted, so that it looks like it's a stood up sign. It's very, very clever.
I know, right? Isn't it Wimbledon soon?
Wimbledon,
it
next week
is, and even today I was trying to get tickets.
There are no tickets for anything.
No.
If you want to go and see something, go and see it in another country.
I think I'm maybe running my luck having had Eurovision and Glasgow tickets, but we'll see how it goes.
I may have mentioned this last time, but I wanted to go to the Eastbourne tennis tournament.
Right.
But I didn't want to drive to Eastbourne because it's going to take 2 hours in good traffic. So I I looked into the idea of renting a boat and going by sea, because that would be a lot quicker. Because it's just over there, man. Eastbourne's really not far from here.
I know.
So like,
Sail it.
just boat. I'll be there in like 45 minutes probably.
Yeah.
Like, I could,
Chugging along on the old
I'll
ragdoll.
commute 45 minutes to Eastbourne. I'm not doing 2 hours, especially on like the M25, M20. That's bullshit. Fuck that. I will go by sea. And the only problem was Eastbourne is also sold out. So
That's the problem with your plan, not the fact that you don't know how to sail a boat.
I'd have worked that out.
Surprised Alex didn't offer his yacht.
Well, he took it
Mr. Beast
he
has
took
it
it
at the moment.
to Glasgow, didn't he? For Glasgowbury.
Margaret is a qualified sailor, but she had an incident with Jez on a rowing boat once on the Hyde Canal, and now she won't go on a boat with Jez anymore. That's true. Yeah.
I don't like to talk about it, but
No.
yeah, that is.
No, I know,
true.
and I know she doesn't either. But like, there are pictures. We'll find
I
them.
saw some shit, man.
So it was £10 for the day. It's really cheap, but anyway. So one way or another, you didn't go to
I'm gonna
Eastbourne.
find you.
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah. I'm not at Eastbourne and will not be
At
for the
Wimbledon.
foreseeable future.
You won't be.
And I won't be at
Wimbledon
Wimbledon
either.
No.
Unless I somehow magically get tickets.
Can I get a boat to Wimbledon? Does that work?
Go up the Thames Estuary?
Yeah.
I don't think it
How
comes-
close does the Thames go to the borough of Wimbledon?
I don't think it goes past it. at
Anywhere
all.
near. I don't know geography.
No, and I don't
I just know
London.
getting on a boat and hoping for the best. All right.
Find out for us how close Wimbledon is to water, if you give a fuck.
Also, find out where I can get a boat and the ability to drive one.
Also,
and
get us tickets. To
probably a life jacket. Seems like a good idea.
Wimbledon. Maybe we should go on a boat. Like
I mean, I was thinking, how much can a boat be?
$10.
It's just like a car but on the water,
I
right?
know.
And nobody wants them.
No.
So, like, there's cars fucking everywhere. Everyone wants a car.
Yes.
No one wants a boat.
No.
I could probably pick up a boat for like $1,000.
No.
Seems easy.
Yes.
Why isn't everyone doing it?
I don't know.
I'm going to do it.
Yes.
Anyway, shall we move on?
Please.
Should we follow the order as we prescribed it earlier?
Please do.
In that case, we'll move on to the next segment, which is the segment that we like to call Going Viral.
Can confirm the All England Tennis Club _deliberate is a few miles south of the river. Yeah, we're not going there. Alex is broken. Alex is broken like the first morning. This is the section we call Going Viral. We'll get to it in a minute. First time chat. What's that? Let's say Anderson Silverchin.
Anderson Silva's chin.
Anderson Silva's chin. Who's Anderson Silva?
He's an MMA fighter. Or he was, I think.
See,
he's
like
retired
Anderson
now.
Silva's, has he got a particularly big chin?
Don't they all?
Haaland, it's pronounced Holland, and actually it's the Netherlands, we call it now, as it encompasses all of it. Holland is only one part of the Netherlands, so, check yourself. Haaland or Mbappe? Mbappe. That's a song by Hanson. He's got a weak. Has he got a weak chin?
Oh,
You wouldn't say that to his face, would you?
So
Anderson Silva's chin.
so you've named yourself weak.
No, but I love it. So you're telling me that he's taking shots at this MMA fighter.
In case he ever meets him.
Listen, Anderson Silva's
Listen,
chin.
Anderson, if I can call you Anderson, I think you've got a glass jaw, mate.
I think you should go to an MMA fight with a sign that says "You got a weak chin, mate," and like draw a picture of his chin. Do it.
Maybe this is a massive troll. Maybe he is Anderson Silva, and he's just like, nobody will suspect that I would give myself a name that means my own chin is weak.
No. Can I just say? I'll say this. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. This is Don't Get Me Started. We rant a lot. I'm Alex. This is Jez. Thanks for coming in. I don't really watch football, but I've heard a lot of this about this Haaland guy. He's meant to be setting the league on fire.
Well, the only Haaland I've heard of was in WWE NXT and was touted to be the next Brock Lesnar.
Really?
And then they released him, so probably not.
I don't know really what Mbappe's like. So can I say Haaland? Is that okay? I think that he's probably a very good player.
I will take your question, and I will say yes.
Yes.
Haaland or Mbappe? Yes.
Mbappe.
Anyway, Going Viral is the segment we're currently in.
Please.
And it's when I tell you a little story from the internet about some news or some kind of viral happening. And this one I found the day after our last episode, and it tickled me, and it's taken me a very long time to get to this point. And I'm very happy to read this.
Go for
You
it.
ready?
I'm born ready.
Breaking news. Headline. Truck driver allegedly risked employer's future by defecating on client's loading bay during urgent diarrhea incident. Truck driver allegedly risked employer's future by defecating on client's loading bay during urgent diarrhea incident.
Allegedly, what, risked?
Employer's future.
Seems like a really weird headline.
I mean, it definitely needs shortening down. This does not fit in your perfect SEO
Lorry driver
headline.
had a shit on a loading bay.
Yeah, lorry driver had a shit on a loading bay. Employer may lose contract.
Was it a dumper truck?
Welcome in, Rooster. Good to see you. Almost as good as having a shit on a loading bay, apparently.
I'm going to learn more about this, I suspect.
Yes. There are 3 pages, so I think we'll probably learn something. I'm not going to read them all. Sure.
Carry on,
I will.
my wayward son.
A truck driver alleged to have put the future of his employer at risk. We got that bit from the headline, thank you very much. By defecating in a client's loading bay during an urgent diarrhea incident. You just rewritten your headline as the first sentence. This is Bush League, mate.
Shitting.
Who wrote this?
Is this a euphemism? Like, shitting in a loading bay? It sounds like a weird sexual practice. But anyway. Oh, thank you very much for subscribing, Rooster. That's very kind of you. Hope you're doing all right.
It was gifted to him.
Oh, was it?
So it's the generosity of others.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you very much anyway. But it's an anonymous gifter. I see. I read at the bottom where it said Rooster Beast just subscribed. I didn't think.
Yes. Yeah.
Unloading bay. I see.
The truck driver has told the Workplace Relations Commission he decided not to tell anyone about it because he thought it would wash away in the thunderstorm.
He was having a shit during a thunderstorm. Oh, I feel like we're not getting the whole story here.
His employer, however, has challenged a report that the complainant had suffered a, quote, oh my god, I can't even say it. Gastrointestinal flare. That had suffered a gastrointestinal flare.
The son of Ric Flair.
Woo!
He said.
Arguing that the firmness of the stool discovered by one of his colleagues was inconsistent with diarrhea.
Well, diarrhea is not very consistent anyway, I would say, but anyway.
And in case it wasn't bad enough, they've named him.
Oh, really?
Edward Reardan.
Rear down? He put his rear down?
Reardan, yeah.
He's making this up.
Has accused his former employer,
Edward Bumflaw,
the Limerick-based All-Star Logistics Limited.
There once was a man with a truck.
Of discriminating against him on the grounds of age and disability by hiring a younger driver who doesn't need to shit on a loading dock. It doesn't say that. By hiring a younger driver, cutting his hours and then sacking him in the wake of the loading bay incident, which he said was brought on by a peptic ulcer condition.
So he had a condition and he desperately needed to shit. And rather than rushing to a toilet when he got to the loading bay, and there probably were some, he just went, I've got a crap, I'm going to crap here.
I'm just going to skip forward to the line that answers your question.
Please.
The tribunal was told that the nearest bathrooms to the loading dock at Flextronic, where I would assume he was delivering, were between 60 and 90 seconds away. At the time, said Mr. Reardan, I couldn't have lasted 10 seconds. So he would have not made it to the toilet 6 or 9 times. That's maths.
So if I might, he's a truck driver. Mm-hmm. By the way, I love the sophisticated and serious legal nature and investigation that is like this company that he works for is under in a situation now because of what he's done. That would never come out in anything else. Yes. Normally it would just be guy has a shit and everyone laughs.
Yeah, so
right?
To cut through the bullshit here, All Star Logistics, for whom he works, delivered to Flextronic And Edward Reardon took a shit on Flextronic's loading dock and have said, you're not going to deliver to us anymore because your driver's a fucking liability.
Last time you delivered it did not come as intended.
It came with an added delivery.
Special delivery.
We do not want it.
My ass.
Yeah. And so this has been taken to tribunal.
Did you win?
I don't know. There's a lot of writing.
We need to know.
Far.
Brown Star Logistics.
Its representative, it being the company, Ellen Walsh of Peninsula Business Services, argued that the firmness of the stool discovered by one of Mr. Reardon's colleagues was inconsistent with diarrhea. As far as I was concerned, which is not an Irish accent, but I can't do one, it was diarrhea, Mr. Reardon said in evidence. Basically, this whole tribunal has been, it wasn't diarrhea. Yes, it was. It was diarrhea.
Like, if they're saying...
but it wasn't diarrhea, though, was it? Actually, yes, it was diarrhea. Well, I rest my case.
If it is diarrhea, then he's in the clear. But I didn't really mean to rhyme that. But like, if it's just a normal shit, then he effectively he could have got to the toilet in time. Is what they're saying. I can't believe I'm even discussing this. By the way, Rooster says, if you gotta go, it's happening.
You gotta go.
Shit is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Harley, welcome in. You've come at the perfect time. We are talking about a man who has shit on a loading dock.
Did they take samples? I mean, did they take a picture? I mean, oh my God, I can't imagine this.
I mean, I guess someone had to clean it up, didn't they?
Yeah, but he thought it was going to be washed away in the storm.
Yeah. In cross-examination, yes, it's that serious, Ms. Walsh asked how it was that the colleague of the complainant found solid excrement in the loading dock. Oh, so I guess she's representing him. There you go. She's representing the shitter.
Someone has to be.
In reply to this, he said, I thought it would be washed away in 20 minutes. Is her word to be taken over mine?
Hey.
Probably, mate.
Good point.
'Cause if it shits, it sits, I guess. Yeah.
Hey, Harley, welcome in. Thank you very much for subscribing to us again. We were talking about you earlier. We're just going to finish this shit and I'll catch up with you.
Yeah.
Just give us the Bristol stool chart rating. Yes, exactly. There is a way we can... The Bristol stool charts you can look at and see what consistency.
The firmness of your shit.
Yeah, the Bristol stool chart. Matt Moak talks about
it. Helen Kelleher, another truck driver.
Helen Keller? She's not going to be able to see whether there's a shit or not, is she? And she's definitely not going to be able to check it with her fingers. God, what's she doing on the loading dock?
Looking for shit, apparently. Another truck driver working for the company said she went to remove a piece of wood from the loading bay to avoid a puncture while backing in, and brought it to a Flextronic worker to dispose of. Excuse me.
What, the stick?
No, the shit.
I'm so confused.
One of the lads said... Oh, no, it was the stick. Yeah, she took the wood in to be disposed of.
Right.
One of the lads said, quote, "What stuck to the timber?" she said. "I saw there was excrement on it, and I just picked it up."
Really?
With that, the Flex employee said she'd have to report it to health and safety, and then went to the toilet to wash her hands.
This fucking story.
The tribunal heard Mr. Reardon was identified on CCTV and later admitted responsibility. Oh my God. What the fuck?
I
Who
swear
is this
to have
guy?
the shit, the whole shit.
I don't know who this guy is. I've skipped over some things, but we're now going to hear from Mr. Wallace O'Donnell. If you would take it that excrement can have a consistency, that there's a spectrum of consistencies, that you can have absolutely liquid, and I've been struggling to think how you can describe the other end, an absolutely solid piece of feces.
Yes.
Where on the spectrum would you put it?
There is a Bristol stool chart. How is this not coming up in anything?
Would it be like a mashed potato? He asked Miss Kelleher. I suppose it would. Yes.
I suppose it would? Is that good enough? Oh my God, I'll be coming. I suppose it would? You think maybe?
That's not going to stand up in a court of law, is it?
No, well, it's...
Well, maybe it will. Let's find out.
Hard to say.
So if it was like a mashed potato, it was not a solid shit. There was some looseness to it.
Well, it depends, because the one I've got in my head at the moment is quite a solidy mash.
Depends how good you do a mashed potato.
If you've got a creamy, I would think if it is solid, it is good enough to get to the toilet, because it'd be like a flump, a kind of a duff. Do you know what I'm saying? Does anybody know what I mean? Like in my head, mashed potato is a solid clump. Sometimes you can get like the creamy mash that kind of slides around a bit, but in my head, see, because there's different types of mashed potato. Would you say, and may I remind you, you're under oath, that it was like mashed potato, but there's degrees of mashed potato.
Mr. Reardon said, he was only told that the business was quiet at the time, and only learned that an issue was being made of what happened when he approached his employer 3 weeks later.
He only learnt there was going to be a problem with him shitting in the loading bay.
He shit in the loading bay. 3 weeks later, somebody made a deal of it. Mr. Wallace O'Donnell said to the company's HR manager, Caroline Murphy, we're just naming fuckers here.
Yeah,
we don't care.
Involved. Hey, listen, it's in the public eye.
It's a matter of public record.
It is a matter, the case of...
Historians will study this case for years.
The state versus Mr. Reardown and his shit.
You suspended him before you ever mentioned it to him, he said. She replied, when we found out about this incident, we immediately stopped the drives because of how serious of a nature this was.
It's not really that serious.
It really isn't, no.
These fucking truck drivers have done worse than this.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's just skim and see if there's anything else that's important.
Did the lawyers give him the third degree? The third degree! That is good, because the guy was Irish, right? Wasn't that what we said? I don't know. That chart was in every sluice room at the William Harvey Hospital. By the way, welcome in Invasion McMikey. Yeah, right. I can't believe
every what room?
The sluice room.
The fuck is that?
It's like, I guess, where all the kind of the fluids go out, I suppose. But I have never worked in a hospital. But the point is, it is a well-known and well-received and well-understood chart.
I will take your word for it.
Medical professionals would know about this shit. Doctors know about this shit. There's no way it wouldn't have come up in this. The fact that one guy is saying, let us consider if there were a method by identifying
If it's a Bristol scale, maybe they don't have it in Ireland.
Oh, maybe that's
true. Is there
true.
a Bristol in Ireland? I don't think so.
No, you're probably right.
I rest my case.
There's a Cork. Maybe if it had a Cork, this wouldn't have happened.
It's a good Irish suggestion, that. They should look into it.
Yeah.
Where are we?
At the end?
To say no one would see it on the loading bay, that's like saying no one would see it at the front door of your house. That's the argument for why this is egregious. I didn't think anyone would see it, so I just left it there. Would you see a shit on your front doorstep? I think you would. I rest my case. Thank you very much.
I mean, you'd see
I'll take my money now.
And you'd see it anywhere.
It's a warehouse. Everything goes in and out of a loading bay, said Mr. Murphy, obviously. He was lazy and careless. He didn't care. When I asked, did he care about our reputation, the other staff, his exact words were, why would I? Well, that's the nail in your coffin, mate, isn't it?
Mate, that's not the answer you were hoping for. When your employer says, do you care about everything? Your answer is, yes, I was just very ill and I'm so sorry.
I couldn't wait!
He
that's your
literally
answer.
Couldn't give a shit. And that's basically what he said.
And on that note, mic drop. Nothing's going to be funnier than what he just said.
Well, listen, that was a disgusting story.
It was.
And probably true.
Well, it was in an Irish newspaper that I found it, so if it's not true, then they've been thoroughly duped, and several people have been named and shamed.
A sluice room is where the macerator lives, which eats all the patient's commode containers after a bowel movement.
I was probably okay not knowing that. Thank you very much.
Gotta keep it macerated. Meow, down, 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 down. Anyway, so
a macerator sounds like the kind of question that a child would ask another child, because it sounds a bit like masturbate. Like, are you a macerator? Do you macerate? Like, no. I'm like, you do macerate. You do macerate. Like, I don't macerate. You do. How do you eat your food then if you don't macerate?
Naughty Mr. Diarrheaden.
That's a much better one.
Yes. But it's like too many great puns were given to us in this.
They were fairly easy, I would say.
That's the best kind.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Mojo.
Hello, Mojo. Thank you very much for the real unboxing all of your shit?
I haven't seen the unboxing of it. I saw a different reel, I think, or part of a story, which was a picture of the label. But I'm glad you got it, received it, you looked at it.
It was very suspenseful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he poured the beans into a bowl. I don't know if you warmed them, Mojo. That wasn't clear.
Listen, eat them the way that Alex intended.
It didn't look like you did, so it did look like you ate them cold as Alex
cold.
intended. But you very carefully spooned a bit, put it in your mouth, and then there was a long pause where I'm like, how's he gonna react to this? Is he gonna like it? You know? And then all of a sudden, he's like,
We should have had this.
I know, yeah. I meant to. Time got away from us.
No, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I love the beans. That's good.
But,
that's good.
Yes. I could tell you enjoyed them. I was just unsure at first.
Genuine DGMS beans.
You built the suspense. Yeah, I noticed, unfortunately, they've got like, they are pre-DGMS live, so they've got just both of our Twitch URLs on the beans. I didn't even notice that, which is fine for you. But mine is not.
You have changed.
You've changed.
You've changed, Jez.
You've changed. Okay, there you go. So that was going viral. And it was very much viral, I think. He had an ailment and he shit on the loading dock.
Here's the thing. What that story comes down to is that he needed a shit. He couldn't get to the toilet in time. He shat there and then.
He did it where he did it.
And the contention was you could have got to the toilet.
Because your shit was solid.
But what confuses me is if I had the terrible, horrific and mortifying experience of having to have a shit on like the pavement or something in the loading bay in this case, surely you then go and find a bucket of water and fucking wash that shit away at the very least.
He thought the storm would wash it away, Alex.
Did they bring the storm in for cross-examination?
They did.
Yeah. Yes, good idea, really. Just to say, and where were you on the night in question? It's like, I hadn't got there yet. No further questions. I'd like to cross-examine the storm. I've heard you're not a storm at all, actually.
I was flooding Dublin.
Just a bit of light drizzle, and you've never been classified. Can you tell me this? Will you answer the question, Storm? And it's like, it's true. I can only spit at best. No further questions of the storm. Just break down the credibility of the weather. Other pair of you just on Tuesday night still. No more crosswords or marbles. Yeah, no.
Pretty much, yeah.
I have been flirting with the concept of going back to Thursdays, but one thing or another, I haven't quite got back there yet.
And I'm doing the sporty stuff still. If sport is of interest to anyone, I'm at Jazz Sports Live.
All the effort is being put into this one and cutting up the bits and put it on TikTok. So there's like all that time that was taken on the other time has been kind of supplanted onto that bit. So. But I do want to do the Thursday night stream, and I've been talking to Tom about getting some bits and pieces done for that. But the more I think about it, the more I really want to do like an always be chatting chat show kind of thing. A bit like that thing that Alex was doing, actually. When he sent me Alex Leam, we're talking about his awkward question time. But like that idea is basically where, getting guests on. But I would like to do that here.
Just take his concept and make it good.
Well, take my concept and not make it like his. I would just have people on. It would be nice to do it in here, actually, and have real people from Folkestone come in and sit on the sofa, much like a chat show. So maybe. Oh, thank you very much for putting that in there. Is that me on Instagram? I might have a whatchamacallit.
Do you?
Like an underscore in the middle of it.
Only cunts have got underscores, mate.
I know. There must have been somebody who was already Alexander Bolton.
That's that's not the way you do it. Marketing 101. Don't put an underscore in. Don't put a barrier in there.
No, you're absolutely right. But I think I may have only learned that after I'd done it.
Yeah, there is an underscore in the middle. There you go. What a cunt.
But you see, when I made it, I never intended it to be marketable. I just thought it was an account that I was making.
There you go.
For just a dude,
So what happens if you go to Alexander Bolton without an underscore?
Yeah, find out who
Are
that
they more
person is.
or less of a cunt than this guy?
But here's the
thing. We already know the answer to that.
Do you know what? I think if someone wants to find me, they can probably find me.
Your face is on the profile. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, they'll be okay.
That it's you.
A porn star. Porn star martini. That's what I want. So let's move along because it's 20 to 10.
Yes.
Does that mean we're going straight to Am I the Arsehole now and cutting out any of this confession shit? Because we've managed to...
Maybe. I mean, it depends how badly people want to know my Jeremy Clarkson take or whether it will keep.
Yeah, we have got stuff to get in the sea, don't we? Because I want to talk about... But it's actually... Listen, it can happen anytime. It can happen literally any time.
It can.
Get in the sea can wait. Confessions could probably wait. but your controversial opinion. But then we've got Am I the Arsehole? I don't know what to do.
How married are we to finishing at 10?
I'm not that married to it. I do need a piss, though.
Yeah. Maybe we should finish at 10 then.
There was all this talk of toilet
shitting
movements.
If he's got to go, he's got to go.
Yeah,
So-
I'm going to... That's how we end the stream. That's how we end the stream. I just do a shit here and then. And end the stream forever, Jeremy. There's no coming back from that one.
Yeah. You didn't start till like 8:07. Oh, calm down. It was 8:03 at best.
He's long been known for his exaggeration.
Yeah. But, I mean, even if we do Am I the Arsehole now, we're going to be on until at least 10 past. So calm your tits, mate. Honest to fucking God.
Yes.
He's such a stickler for time, isn't he?
It's really strange. This is his jam. Punctuality. It doesn't really matter. Tabs watch. Do you think you'd be a good kind of teacher, Mr. Harmstone? You know, like where you're kind of, it's like that. You're 2 minutes late. That's a tardy note. Only we don't say that in England, but that sort of equivalent.
He would be that teacher that everybody hates, including the other members of staff.
I think we'd be like, the bell is a sign
This
for me.
meeting was due to
not
begin
you.
3 minutes ago. Come on.
No, at the back. No talking. No talking, please. I'm in the middle of something.
Now, about when I was on the chase.
Now, well, he doesn't even talk like this.
No.
It doesn't have that.
He's
kind of-
northern.
Yeah. Right. Let's all watch
Speaks like he's on Coronation Street.
the episode. That's how he speaks. I wouldn't be able to and cannot bite my tongue with the little bastards.
I don't think I could go back.
Did
I think I would struggle.
Are you referring? I mean, this is a strange reference, but I don't think he's saying it for this reason. But I did call one of them one kid a little bastard one time.
I think you told that story.
Yeah, it
Last
seems like a
time.
story I told,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know if it's the kind of thing that Harmstone would slide in there, or whether he just truly feels that way, and that's why he said it. But I did call one of my kids a little bastard one time.
Yeah, I don't think I could go back if I wanted to, because there are now 129 episodes of me calling you all cunts. So there's that. Yes. Okay. So we're just going to shuffle straight through because I think Brogan has either fallen asleep or has died or something.
You want to do Am I the
so
Arsehole?
We can just get straight through to the end, shall we?
Oh, yeah. So do I get to read this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'll put that
Yeah.
at the top then.
Okay. In that case, lead us home, good sir.
Yes. We're going to do the segment that we like to call Am I the Arsehole?
Yes, you are.
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Am I the Arsehole? The segment we love, and we're going to do it. Where we get lots of arsehole-related bullshit from the internet, and then we read it out into your stupid, amused faces.
3 pages? 3 pages of shitting on a loading dock? Honestly.
Wow, that made a solid
Good
thump on
thud,
the floor.
that one.
Now, I've got one, you've got one.
I mean, I've got kind of 2 short ones, really. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, well, are you eager to hear this one?
I'll go first, because then if we do want a third one, then...
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
You go first.
So there's a short one here.
And back! 18 pages. Oh, my God, I love it. You fell asleep?
I'm just taking some sustenance.
You had droned on 18 pages. Anyway.
Am I the arsehole?
You are.
Am I the arsehole for refusing to get out of my chair for an older woman and calling her an idiot? Alright, so I, 28F, have heads.
Have heads?
Well, we've all got heads, mate.
Multiple heads.
You don't need to brag about
I
it.
know. Got heads.
I mean, if you're female, I think you've only got one, actually. We've got heads.
Yes.
You've got head. That's it.
I think I'm confused with this first sentence, Jeremy.
It does look like an acronym, but I don't know what it stands for, so I'm just content to take the piss.
HEADS.
No, HEDS.
I've got heads.
And it seems deliberate. Lowercase h, uppercase EDS.
Is this going to be some terrible disease that we're taking the piss out of?
I mean, probably. Oh, hang on. If I keep reading and stop being a cunt, it kind of describes it a little bit.
Never stop cunting, Jez.
Always be cunting. I have heads, which for those who don't know, thank you, definitely should have read on, is a connective tissue disorder. One of the many symptoms is frequent injuries, especially dislocations and subluxations. That certainly is a word.
Yes. Oh, I see where this is going.
Hypermobility. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I have heard of that, actually. There was a child in one of my classes who had that, who couldn't do PE. I always thought it was an excuse.
That's
but
clever.
Apparently it's real.
You got to get that excuse in day one
Yeah.
at secondary school, and then you never have to do PE. Can't turn up later. First day, don't fuck it up. Get that excuse in.
I wear ankle braces whenever I plan to be on my feet for any period of time. I also dislocated my kneecap playing with a puppy on Saturday.
That was your first mistake.
Yeah, that's what you get.
You mess with dogs.
I was at the pharmacy. Does she mean...
Were you really at the pharmacy?
Does she mean dispensary?
Well, she says, but
It's got it in quotes.
Well, then you weren't there then. That's what that means, right? I was at the pharmacy. Does that mean she was getting her drugs from her drug dealer? Because that's what that would be a euphemism for, right? I was at the pharmacy getting my medication.
And I've read on, and I think she was at the actual pharmacy and just doesn't know how to use quotes.
Doesn't know how to use quotation.
I was at the pharmacy. No, you were at the pharmacy.
You're at the hands down pharmacy.
And after placing my order, I mean, it's America, so
yeah,
you probably do place an order. Do you place an order? I'll have a number 2, a number 6, and a Diet Coke, please.
Do you place an order, American people?
Do you go to the pharmacy?
The pharmacy.
And place an order? I mean, you do definitely place an order at the pharmacy, as I mentioned, and then you would probably order it by number as well. So yeah.
I'll make it large. Go large.
You're making a subtext a lot here. I'm just saying. So maybe you are the arsehole.
Yeah. Let's just wrap that shit up.
I was at the pharmacy and after placing my order, sat down in the only available chair with my leg extended for my knee to get some relief.
Do you know that's often the case in these little pharmacies? There's only one seat. That's very true. That makes me feel it's very accurate.
Piss poor planning at the pharmacy.
Yep.
Yeah. Plosive alliteration.
And then this woman's music hits.
But wait, there's more.
Who's this coming in?
When it comes crashing down and dislocates inside. You cannot take a stand because you've got the heads. If you want my chair, you go fuck yourself. I've got to take a seat. I can't stand up straight. I am a 28F with heads. Fight for the right to sit the fuck down. I don't know how far I can keep going. I think that's it. Where was I?
Incomes.
Oh yeah. Glass shatters.
An
An older woman, 40s or 50s, comes up to me and says that I am young and I should let the older people there have the chair.
Are there any other older people there? Because 40s is not old.
That is not a chair constituting age.
No, it is not.
No. I responded by pointing at my fully visible ankle brace, since my knee brace was hidden by my pants, and said something along the lines, "Are you an idiot that thinks I wear this for a fashion statement?" She called me a bitch and sulked away.
Good. That's the best kind of way to go away.
The other people there gave me weird looks.
Oh, there were more people.
Was I too harsh? Am I the arsehole?
No. Do you know what?
You're not being very clear here, Alex. Could you give a firm answer either way, please? Yes or no?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. Glad we could get
I'm going to say no.
No.
Just say no, kids.
You are not the arsehole. However, you might be an arsehole.
I mean, someone comes in, you've got your foot up and it's clearly in a brace, so it's clearly injured. You're in a pharmacy, so it's pretty fair to say that if I was... And not all disabilities are visible. This one really fucking is. So if someone's coming up to you and says, you shouldn't be sitting down in a chair, Captain fucking leg in a brace. If the leg in a brace is not enough to give this person the information they need, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I mean, the talking was probably superfluous. You could have just gone,
my fucking leg, bitch.
And should have got the idea.
I'll turn it round. Turn it sideways, shine it up real nice. Shove it up your candy ass.
And then twist it, because you can do that.
No one else.
HEDS.
I don't know why this crusading woman has come in with this decision to kind of take it to this poor person.
Karen.
Because they need to make it their business, right? And no one else in here has needed the chair, but they're on a crusade for nobody. And you are not the arsehole. Do you know what I really feel you're not the arsehole?
Oh, I would say you are not the arsehole. You can't write for shit, but you are not the arsehole, for sure.
No.
Here's the question, though.
Yes.
Are you a person who, if you were on a bus, or that's a bad example, you'd never be on a bus, you've got people for that.
Yes, no. I don't even know what a bus is.
Hypothetically, if you were on the bus, if you had to use the public transport,
yes,
would you tell somebody to get up out of their seat if there were an elderly or disabled person being forced to stand, do you think? Would you take that
Would I call someone out for the purpose of somebody else?
Yes.
No, I don't really care. If some young rapscallion in this situation, much like the people that
the people of
Folkestone, was sitting on a seat, and an elderly lady came past with a little kind of cane, and they didn't get up. I don't give a fuck about bringing this shit up, because this is what's going to happen. They'll tell me to go fuck myself, and they'll tell her to go fuck myself. Plus, there's always someone else who wants to do this. It's just not me. It's just not me.
I would sit on the person in the seat that they shouldn't be in, and then they would move, and then I would give the seat to the elderly person.
Like, am I in this situation?
Or I would keep it for myself.
I was going to say.
Can
you imagine that? It's like the old woman comes in, and then this little kind of scallywag is sitting there. So, up you get, and he goes, all right. And then you sit in there, and you sit down. That would be so funny.
I haven't sat down all day.
A little brusque. Sometimes I feel.
Isn't that like the bread with?
Yes.
With the oil
garlic and oil and the tomato.
Yeah. Brusque.
Yeah. Brusque. Yes.
I'm not sure why they're a bread, Harmstone. Could you use better words, please?
Yeah, a little bread. Yeah, tiny little.
Little Italian tasty bread, like that.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, people push your buttons, and
boy, don't they?
Rather than coming in with a kind of a reasonable response, you fucking twat, what's wrong with you? Let's just cut to the chase, because sometimes you can have a back and forth for a while. And go, well, clearly I'm blah, 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 but fuck this shit.
I mean, I was in this position previously, after I had broken my leg, and I was still recovering, but I was able to kind of very slowly walk around without crutches.
Yes.
And so I would use public transport because I couldn't drive yet.
Yeah.
I would often be like glared at for sitting in the closest seat to the front. At which point I just glared back.
Yeah. And then wait for someone to potentially say something.
I was hoping that somebody would say something that I could call them a cunt, but they did not. So
I've got an injury.
I was not afforded that opportunity. I was discriminated against, and nobody tried to call me out, so I didn't get to call them a cunt. That is discrimination of the highest order.
That's the worst kind of discrimination.
I deserve to call people a cunt.
Do you want to do it now?
Cunt!
There we are.
You
know who you are. I met a massive cunt when I was at Glastonbury.
I mean, I don't want to say it kind of breeds them, but...
Yeah, it kind of does.
No way, I do want to say that. Yeah. It breeds cunts.
I've had dirty looks on a bus for sitting with Georgia in her pushchair. I don't care how full the bus is.
You're sitting in her pushchair? Well, I'd get a weird look for that
Georgia's
too.
Standing.
It's for Georgia.
Yeah, not for you.
Jesus.
There's Georgia holding onto the thing, pressing the button. Ding! Shall we hit the button?
Oh, yeah, we got to do that, haven't we?
Yeah.
All right. My mouse's gone to sleep and it's hovering over the sting, so it might play the sting again. Hang on. Oh, we're safe. Right. Okay. What is the official judgment of this person? Am I the arsehole for refusing to get out of my chair for an older woman and calling her an idiot at the pharmacy?
You are not the arsehole. Esh. Esh, 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 A, F, 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 E, 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 T, 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 Y, 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 safety, dance. I don't know why, I just couldn't resist it. Tamsin, you're very rude though, aren't you? You love a bit of rudeness. You're forever telling people to go fuck themselves.
She told me to go fuck myself in Tesco yesterday.
I'm just saying. I'm not disagreeing. It's your bluntness that I love, Tamsin. I'd imagine you would be like, what the fuck? Fuck you, Alex. Thank you.
Perfect.
Shall I read this
Please
thing?
do. Yeah. I think that, for reference, I think that was adequate length that I don't need to do another one. So this will be the final arsehole.
Yes, the final arsehole. Thank you very much for joining us. Genuinely tickled me. I'm glad. That is literally what we want.
That's kind of the point of the show.
Very pleased. Am I the arsehole
Yes, you are.
if I don't let my Phil bring his dog to my house? Am I the arsehole if I don't let my father-in-law...
Oh, right. That makes sense. I mean...
Not somebody called Phil that belongs to them.
Oh, are we just discriminating against Phil? Like, can Dave bring his dog?
Phillips.
Mike? Steve? Any of those? Can they bring their dogs?
In this case, F-I-L for father-in-law. Am I the arsehole if I don't let my father-in-law bring his dog to my house?
My house?
I am not a pet person. Not a dog person, not a cat person.
Not a pet person.
Not a dog person, not a cat person, just not a pet person in general.
Not a dog person, not a cat person, barely even a person.
Don't get me wrong. I suspect we will at some point. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy a good wildlife documentary on TV every once in a while. I can say this was not written by me. I've even volunteered extensively at a wildlife refuge / rehab center in the past. Man, you're really building up your credentials. We get it. You're not an animal person, but you're a good person. Sure. We don't know your fucking life story. I've always lived with pets, though. Family had dogs and cats while I was growing up. Partners and roommates had pets for nearly my entire adult life. I just don't want pets of my own. I don't like the smell, the responsibility of feeding them, cleaning after them, the noise, the shedding, the vet's bills.
Mate, we've all got pets. We know how shit they are. Okay?
Etc. I don't hate animals. I just don't want any in my house. Now, mate, that is 7 lines of text to tell us just one thing. You've really over-egged this.
Might be able to do it in 7 words. Me no like pets. Me no want. 7 words.
Like, for the benefit of those with TikTok, I'm not a pet person.
So, for the benefit of those with TikTok photography.
Yeah. No pets. So when it happens, I can just say, I'm not a pet person. And then Tom cuts it there, basically.
We can definitely get this one into like a minute for YouTube, I reckon. Yeah.
So I'm not a pet person. I just don't want any in my house. See what I did? I helped you out there, Tom. My wife is a different story entirely. Let me go so far to guess that she likes pets. How did you end up with this person? She says she literally cannot survive without pets.
Well, that is not true, and it is a flagrant misuse of the word literally.
Yes. And I love her, so I compromised, and now we have 3 cats.
Read, I was walked over, and she got what she wanted, and I didn't.
Yeah.
3, did you say?
3.
3! I don't like pets. I do not want a single pet. We're having 3 cats. Okay.
Okay, fine. We compromised, and now nobody's happy.
Compromised. See? That's what air quotes are for.
They shed more than any animal I have ever seen.
Fuck shed pet.
Go say that at the end. We'll press the button.
Noted.
Just saying. Oh, boy. They shed more than any animal I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them, as evidenced in the fucking
As evidenced by your
in the
gullibility.
prologue that we got. And for some reason, they all hate using the litter box, but that's another story which we will never read. So shut
Like,
up.
fuck. We read that one earlier, wasn't it? Like in Ireland.
Yes, we did.
Old Edward Reardan didn't like using the litter box either.
He did not. Well, his whole loading bay is a litter box to him.
It was an unloading bay for him.
But then she decides to surprise me with 2 pet tegus. Now, I presume tegu is singular, 2 pet tegus. It's not a tegus. Tegus. Do you know what I'm saying? 2 pet tegus for my birthday. For those who don't know, I should have read ahead. What have we learned? Have we learned nothing tonight?
Isn't Tegu a segment you've not done? Yeah, we haven't learned tonight anyway.
Reading really is tech.
Today, I guffed up.
Then she decides to surprise me with 2 pet tegus for my birthday. For those who don't know, tegus are a South American family of lizards and are about 4 feet long. The point is, I still can't escape pets. I mean, it kind of blows my mind that his wife thinks that knowing him as she does, as an animal-hating, compromising dickhead, that his birthday present should be animals.
It's
That's like
surprise!
giving me a birthday of a safari. Do you know what I mean?
It's like you giving Aletha a tracker bar for her birthday.
a trip to the Snickers factory.
Yeah. 2 of them, 4 feet long. What the living fuck? That's a fucking dragon. So I'm getting Komodo dragon vibes from
Right.
this. Cool.
That leads us to my beloved wife's dear old dad. He's not my favourite person. We're at complete opposite ends of the political spectrum, and he can't help but talk about it at most opportunities, which are fortunately few. He tries to buy affection, though, and it's infuriating. He's a trucker who lives on the road. Sometimes he can't get to the toilet. But that's another story.
It all comes back.
Yeah.
In the end.
He's a trucker who lives on the road and has right-wing views. Yeah, well, no shit. Which means he's got some money to burn.
I mean, I thought he was the massive right-winger at this point, but okay.
Well, I went for it.
At least we know.
At Glastonbury, I saw a guy in a MAGA hat. Fuck off. And I looked at him dead in the face.
Seriously?
And I couldn't tell if it was real or not, by which I mean ironic.
How old was this person?
I would say about 65.
Not ironic.
No. He's wearing a MAGA hat at Glastonbury?
Like the young people wear MAGA hats for the irony and the lols of it. But no, at 65, yeah.
I looked him dead in the eyes. And he was very confused as to why I was doing that. So, anyway, he's a trucker who lives on the road. Good job. Rather than a trucker who lives under the sea.
He's a trucker who sits on his sofa. We also call that unemployed. He's an unemployed trucker.
I'm a NASA scientist that lives on my sofa and works there.
He sits around all day playing American Truck Simulator. He's very good at it.
Got to keep his hands in.
He is regularly rated as reasonable.
He's got money to burn, it says. He likes to impulse buy random crap for his little girl, overindulge on holidays and birthdays, etc. He uses it to emotionally manipulate my wife. Said that weirdly. He uses it to emotionally manipulate my wife every time she tries to set a boundary or say no to anything he wants. But didn't I get you that thing? It was $400. Of course you will let me walk all over you now. So when he takes a week off or 2 from driving, of course, he stays here. He just called her saying that he got a golden retriever puppy to keep him company on the road. I personally think that's remarkably cruel for a dog with that much energy to be cooped up in a cab of a truck for months on end. I also think it's fucking ridiculous to think he can just decide that he's bringing a wildly energetic puppy to stay with us for weeks at a time. This puppy will not be used to being out of a truck for any meaningful amount of time, and will absolutely make a mess on the carpet. A lot.
And it will have definitely inherited those right-wing views vicariously.
Yeah. This puppy's wearing a fucking
It's going
MAGA
to bring
hat.
its own MAGA hat.
Yeah.
A Cabrador.
Oh, dear. That's going to hit the TikTok. Good work. It'll absolutely make a mess on the carpet. A lot. And how will the cats react to it? Answer us that. The cats are already neurotic as hell. And the lizards are free roam most of the time. He's in a fucking menagerie here. This poor guy, I feel so bad for him. Everything about this guy's life is like, do you know that I hate animals? And it's like, how about 3 cats, 2 lizards, and a fucking...
No!
And it's like... and he's just a single gunshot. He's like Dr. fucking Doolittle. Fucking hell. He just can't catch a break, this guy. And that, dear reader, is when I killed myself. But then the dog alerted the nearby police. And I was found.
And I was saved.
I was saved.
Am I the arsehole?
Am I the arsehole?
Or is the dog the arsehole for saving my life? Please let me die in peace.
Oh, just let me die.
Gets to the pearly gates. Is welcomed by a dog. No!
They might try to eat the puppy. It's talking about the lizards. Or the puppy might decide to try chasing one and cause it to drop its tail to try and escape. It's just too much for me to handle. I simply can't.
Can it pick it back up again if it drops it?
I don't know. Even if both wife and father-in-law promised,
Try again.
Thank you, promised to watch them and clean up after all the animals, it still turned into a chaotic zoo. The worst of all the zoos. Nobody wants a chaotic zoo. All the cages unlocked. The gift shop's a mess. There's a bull in there. The calippos are on the floor. Elephants storming around eating all the buns. Nobody wants that sort of zoo. It's all turned into a chaotic zoo, and I don't want it here in my home.
A bit late for that, mate. Now is not the time to put your foot down. That was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
After the first 3 cats.
So, before I say am I the arsehole here, like, I know we were joking about the compromise, basically, because talking about compromises being shit, but the compromise was 3 cats. Not one. Cat. Not one cat. It's that
3.
I hate animals. And she's like, listen, babe, I really love animals.
Counterpoint, let's have several.
Right? Like, do you know when you want to bargain with someone, it's like, I can't stop. I can't live a life without 18 cats. And he goes, 1. She goes, 17. He goes, 2. And it settles on 3. Do you know what I mean?
You get somewhere, even in the middle of that, you get somewhere to like 7.
But
and
like,
that's a lot less than 18.
But 3 cats, yes. 3 cats is not a compromise,
no.
Right?
1 animal to keep her company so that she's not lonely as a compromise. There's a giant fucking moth. Oh no, that's it's not a moth, that's a daddy longlegs. I thought we had a return visit from Sir Sterling Moth for a second there, but...
Like, I don't even really, the dad, who's a trucker who lives on the road, buys a load of stuff. I honestly think, and this is unfair of me because I don't know the situation, that it doesn't surprise me that the dad wants to buy stuff for his daughter. That seems like if this were another story where the dad's a deadbeat, he earns loads of money, he never buys a single thing, then we would be complaining about the dad being a deadbeat dad who doesn't buy anything. Now in this story, it's been painted a different way. The dad buys loads of stuff, and that's how he's a cunt. And I'm like, man, these guys can't catch a break. So I don't know how much that is true, is what I'm trying to say.
But also, if he's rolling in cash, surely he can stay at a hotel for the 2 weeks.
Yeah. But at any rate, maybe that's it. But it does, like, a compromise is 3 cats, and that was the start of the end. The moment he said yes, fucking everything turns. I'm surprised this story didn't end up being one of these ones where it's like she bought me these tegus and I couldn't stand them. I told him I didn't want them,
away.
So I gave them away. Now she's not talking to me because I gave them away. Am I the arsehole for giving away the fucking... Hold your applause. Am I the arsehole
Missed it.
for giving away the gift you gave to me, even though she knows I don't like them? See, it could have gone that way.
It could have gone that way.
So many routes to arsehole in this.
But this person is clearly a walkover and would not have the balls to do that.
No.
He'll live with 67 different animals to keep his wife happy. But this one extra one that the dad's brought in is the final fucking straw.
Yeah, and it is cruel to keep a dog that's like, I mean, I would say any dog. But there must be a lap doggy kind of thing you could probably take on the road.
There are some really fucking useless dogs that just sleep all day and don't do anything.
You could find a dog
but
that works.
The majority of dogs you shouldn't have anyway, regardless of cab, house, wherever you live.
Yeah.
You could have roaming fields for it to run free and you still shouldn't have a dog.
But like putting it in a truck cab and driving around for ages and occasionally take it out is just, that's not cool, man. But so anyway, the question here, am I the arsehole if I don't let my father-in-law bring his dog to my house?
I again question whether you have the balls to stop him.
Does it matter, mate?
It's going to happen anyway because you're a massive fucking
This is a moot point.
A moo point. A cow's opinion.
It doesn't matter. Because you won't prevent the dog. Why are you wasting our time asking this question? Yes, you're the arsehole. You're wasting my fucking time. There's no way you're going to prevent this. You could have said no at any point, but you spinelessly didn't. Can't believe it.
So I think on that note,
I hope you get all the animals. I hope the animals take over your house and you're living outside in a kennel. They look at you through the window smoking cigars.
I hope you get eaten by a tegu or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yes.
Yeah. I think, Alex, everyone sucks here.
Do it.
Fucking everyone.
Everybody! Good riddance.
It's a bad tegu.
Well, listen, I thoroughly enjoyed reading that. I actually said, I think for all the things, he actually wrote it quite well, really. I mean, it's a little bit indulgent, but hey, that's the best way.
And we all know that TikTok loves it when we say everyone sucks here.
Yeah, because when we do that, people are like, what?
They're clearly an arsehole, or they're clearly not the arsehole.
I love the fact that people think any of this really matters. It's like, I think you'll find. And I'm like, great, carry on.
Yeah.
Just keep clicking.
It's almost as ridiculous as the people who think that we believe what we say on this show, and that everything that comes out of our mouths is our actual opinions.
Yes.
It's entertainment, motherfuckers.
Yeah. You
don't know if what we're saying is true or not. We just say words and you lap it up.
Yes. I know I did that. That's right over there. Boop. So, well, that brings us to a conclusion. 11 minutes over time.
Which, according to Harmstone's clock, is 4 extra minutes. You're fucking welcome.
Right. So we can fuck off. We will be here next week, back on schedule, talking more bollocks, bringing you confessions, bringing you...
Yeah, we can say what we're going to bring, because it's stuff that we prepared for tonight that we haven't done.
There will be confessions. There will be controversial opinions. There will be things put in the sea. By us, by you, by anyone we can drag in off the street.
Yeah. Scribble that one out, because we did that one, but I've got another writer on the page. We like swimming in content. It's wonderful.
It's amazing.
I fucking love it.
Let's fuck off. What do you need to say?
Can't remember. VLC, enjoyed watching from ES. Is that Estonia?
Oh, no, that's Vanessa. But I don't know where you are. Enjoyed what? Maybe
ES, Spain?
She's in Spain. She's in Spain. I think I saw a thing.
There you go.
Spain! You took some time out of your holiday, letting your son rush around and doing whatever your son does.
Well, they're an hour ahead of us, probably asleep by now.
Yeah. No, he'll be hitting the Spanish clubs. He's like 18. I don't know. No idea. But thanks for joining again. Fuck Dog Store?
Oh, no, that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Hang on, no, it's still not come to me. 1 second. Processing. Fuck. Sheds. No, that's not it. Fuck. You. Fuck Shed Store.